You're listening to 5572 KokoRadio. Walang kadramahan. Walang kaplastikan. Parang katuwaan lamang.
Sige, broski. Kwento mo yan eh.
Lahat ng pagmamahal at oras na aking binigay, parang di mo pansin. Sama ko sa iyong paningin. Oh, diba? Nakakabutang ina, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo. Oh, diba? Pinagmukha mo kong tanga, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo. Di mo agad sinabi na may duda na sa'yo isip. Pinalalim mo pa ang sugat dito sa aking dibdib. Oh, diba? Nakakaputang ina, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo. Oh, diba? Diba, diba? Pinagmukha mo kong tanga, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo sa ere. At ako'y iniwan mo sa ere. At ako'y iniwan mo. 3 bilyon, ikaw lang ang aking gusto. Pasensya na kung ngayon ako'y di para sa'yo. Tayo ay papunta na sa ating bagong yugto. Ayokong mabuhay sa isang mundong walang tayo. 3 bilyon, ikaw lang ang aking gusto. Pasensya na kung ngayon ako'y di para sa'yo. Tayo ay papunta na sa ating bagong yugto. Ayokong mabuhay sa isang mundong walang tayo. Diba? Nakakaputang ina, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo. Oh, diba? Diba, diba? Pinagmukha mo kong tanga, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo sa ere. At ako'y iniwan mo sa ere. At ako'y iniwan mo. Diba? Nakakaputang ina, tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo pa. Ginawa mo pa akong tanga. Tayo'y lumilipad at ako'y iniwan mo.
Hello. Is this thing on? Welcome back, everyone, to KokoRadio, your number one favorite radio show for VTubers by VTubers. Actually, it's for everyone else. Yeah, this is our second ever episode. Can you believe it, guys? And I'm your host for today. What a shocker! Nagulat ba kayo? Nalungkot ba kayo dun sa kanta ngayon? Are you guys sad now? Dahil dun sa kanta ni Korou, the wonderful Korou cover of Ere by J.K. Labajo. Yeah, I'm your host for today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chips Delight. You can call me Chips, and I am Project Kokonatsu's very own cookie-infused pink slime VTuber. But yeah, can you believe it, guys? We're in the second episode. You guys are probably wondering, why is Chips the host this time? Nasaan si Kane? Nasaan si Taco? Well, that's because in every KokoRadio episode, there will be a rotation of hosts between us in Project Kokonatsu. So, last episode, it was Kane and Taco. This time, it's me. And who knows who will be next episode? Malay nyo. Baka si Aimina, or si Coco, or si Koa, or si Ruby. We never know. We actually don't know. Or, any other member. Baka si Mirai. You guys want Mirai to be the host next episode? But yeah, this time around though, I'm not the only one hosting. Because tonight, I am joined by a very lovely special guest host. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is KambyoKing. You guys can call me Cams, and I am the Demon Goat VTuber from the Philippines. Kamusta ang lahat? Welcome. Kabalakpak ko na lang sarili ko. I was wondering when I was about to be able to talk earlier. Sabi ko si Chips na bahala dito. Pero honestly,
no, I was gonna round to it, okay?
Yeah. Of course. Siyempre kailangan natin magbigayan ng time para dito. Of course, we definitely practiced this 100% before this. Kaya
we definitely did 100%.
Yeah,
this is 100% scripted.
A lot of sessions. Definitely. And ayun, hope you guys are chilling in right now, and it's lovely evening tonight. And how are you doing, Chips, today, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good. We actually played Overwatch before this just to calm our nerves down.
Yeah, so the funny thing is
that definitely works, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you have to do something before instead of like just thinking about the whole event or hosting thing.
Yeah.
And Chips DM'd me earlier and said, "You want to play some Overwatch?" I guess sure.
Yo man, I had to. Okay, I had to.
Yeah, of course. There is no problem. We have to like calm our nerves. We have to chill. I mean, I always thought about this kind of thing. It's just like just chatting, but like I don't get to talk to chat.
It is definitely just a chatting stream, except you don't have to chat. Yeah,
I don't have to feel conscious about what I say most of the time. Well, of course. Of course, there was a warning.
Yeah.
I have to. Sabi daw, we're not supposed to cuss. So if in anything, please do not call us out or point us out for for.
I will try my best. I will personally try my best not to. But yeah, for anyone here, for literally anyone here in chat right now who might not know what you are, do you want to talk about what you do?
I am a person from the internet. No, of course I'm kidding.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Of course, I'm just for an introduction. Yeah, so KambyoKings, whatever you want to call me, whatever baby or whatever. Kaya na bahala. Pero I stream on Twitch regularly. I've been streaming since 2021. Actually, I guess this comes out to a later topic, but yeah, I am old, dude. I am literally unk. I am uncle.
Unk
right
status. Oh my god.
I celebrated my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy
I'm just
birthday,
gonna say
man.
that. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to greet me by the way, but yeah, thank you. And I stream a lot of games. I'm considered like a variety streamer. Other than that, I usually like edit videos. I'm trying to also practice that kind of
Oh,
hobby,
okay.
so I can also like do it as like a service thing. So yeah. Other than that, I just like to go around and meet other, of course, content creators, VTubers as well. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to be offered this co-hosting spot here in
Yeah, let's go.
KokoRadio. So yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, what was the? I'm kind of curious since you do quite a bit of stuff. You do a lot of stuff actually. I'm kind of surprised. What's the entire like journey like from start to until now?
So yeah, I mean, I guess I could just like summarize it. There's like a lot, but I started streaming 3 years ago. Actually, like exactly 3 years ago, somewhere like October 2021. I actually started streaming not as a VTuber. Funnily enough, I started as a flesh tuber. I think that's what VTubers
Oh,
refer to as people who stream with their face
yeah,
cams
like
on.
an
And
IRL
yes, I did
streamer.
that. Yeah, I did that for a year and just been doing the same thing. And a lot of friends that I got to meet online that were also VTubers, like of course, coaxed me into the idea of doing VTuber. And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing.
That's where it's all stars.
I really didn't like the idea of doing like the VTuber thing, VTuber model, role playing as someone else. And look at me now, 3 years after. I am literally cosplaying or like role playing someone who's like been to hell and back to hell
Yeah.
and back. Basically, that's me right now. Like the whole chaotic what they call this personality has gotten into me and said that this has to be me. Like this has to be like the thing that I have to do. And at least from time to time, I would always stream with like face cam on. I would say Sunday would be my face cam stream because that's when the demon is not out and that's where the real
Oh,
me
you actually
is
do
out.
like face cam streams.
Yeah, I do. I do. I actually do. For
That's
people
so
who
cool.
probably know, I do face cam streams, and that's a regular thing that I do anyway from time to time. And yeah, and I
I
guess
wish I
it's
could do
all
that.
in the role playing thing. But other than that, it's just who I am as a streamer. I feel like I can confidently say that's also who I am as someone who you would meet IRL. So if ever you guys come across me, probably in cons in the near future, I'm talking about Cosmancer if ever. Don't be
Yeah.
shy to like grab a picture with me, grab coffee with me maybe. Pag natripan lang, but yeah, definitely,
Is
definitely.
is like an invite,
Yeah,
a date
definitely.
invite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, oh my god, I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I do want to point out. I don't know if Chad has picked up on it by now, but you have a really, really, really nice voice, and I would like to know if you've done anything even remotely related to like hosting, or if this is your first time.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this, Chips. I'm not gonna lie. Number one, that's cap. I mean, I'm
It
honestly saying it
is.
for
What do you
myself. But
mean?
if you really think it is, then I'm very thankful and I'm
Just type one
flattered
in
that you
chat if you
think my
think Cambio's voice
no no no
is
no.
nice.
I do not have a great voice. I'm not gonna lie. You guys do not want
Wow.
to hear me in
Okay,
my bed
buddy.
voice, dude.
Oh,
But yeah, thank you. And number two, I guess I could answer that question. I've never actually had like this kind of gig where someone invites me to do like a podcasting thing. I usually do my own podcasting on my stream. That's not really like a just chatting stream. It's more of like
oh,
it is a set like podcasting thing where I actually invite some maybe friends
like an
or
actual
peers that are
podcast.
also
Oh my
VTubers.
god.
Yeah, yeah, like a podcast. I kind of want to do it also in the near future, but I've always been planning it. And you know how it's like my drawing tas hindi mo makukulayan. It's something like that. It's always like a
Real. Oh my
drawing.
god. I know what you're talking about.
It's never nakukulayan. That's like
Like you
the
can't get
always the
like the
thing.
satisfaction. Right?
Yeah, but I've always wanted to. I guess other than that, I was invited to like do what do you call this casting for games. I've casted
Like
games such as
shoutcasting. Oh my
yeah,
god. I want to
shoutcasting
do that. That's on
specifically.
my
I've
bucket
shot
list.
Yeah, definitely. We should do it sometime. Definitely, if we get a
Like
gig.
us, I
together.
could not.
Yeah,
I could
definitely.
never. Oh my god.
I mean, you would want to experience it, right? For me, it
I
was
do want to experience it. Yeah.
I got invited to Shoutcast in Valorant and in Dota, and I kind of want to do other games as well.
That's
if that
so
is the
cool.
case.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know how I keep saying that. Oh, I don't want to do shoutcasting, even though it's really cool. It's kind of like, no, you know how you skydive for the first time. It's terrifying and you don't want to do it, but it sounds so cool and you want to do it. That's kind of like what shoutcasting is to me. Because I don't have
It's
the
like
skills, man. I know you could be like, oh, you should just do it because everyone starts off horribly and then they improve over time. Yada yada yada. I don't know, man. It's just hard for me. I think
I
you
guess
need
I
a lot
follow-
of game sense in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I follow this like mantra of mine. I sometimes I sometimes follow it, but at the same time, I always like double think or like I think twice if I should really do it. It's like a YOLO thing, right? Like
Yeah,
you
I
only
need to
live
have that
once,
kind of
so-
mindset.
yeah, you should say like screw it, just go with it. Like whatever happens happens. I mean YOLO, right?
Real.
At least you felt like you did something with your life like worthwhile at least for that time. But yeah.
Damn.
Ayun.
I wish I had half as much confidence as you. Also, I saw someone in chat used to do ASMR. Is that true?
Oh my god. Someone mentioned this. Oh my god. I think I
Nilaglag
saw
ka.
him. Jason, why? It's funny because I used to have this ASMR mic back in the day and had this 8 directional
Damn.
thing. People in chat would have like I would have this redeem where I would do ASMR for 1 minute in the stream and I would have to whisper in my mic. It's literally like I think that's the biggest misconception about like how people would perceive ASMR because ASMR doesn't really have to be you whispering in the mic and like like I guess like
That's
expressing
true,
like
yeah.
some kind of weird voice like you don't have to do that, right? And you have to like orbit around your mic, make it sound like it's on your left or your right ear. But the thing is it's like it's more of like the ambience. It's like the experience of like I guess someone like whispering to your ear, but it doesn't have to be whispering. Like I've seen videos of
It's
like
like a
people
general
like
thing with ASMR.
yeah, it's a general thing. Like I see videos of like a cheese grater like being grated on the microphone. I know that's a
Oh
meme.
my
but-
god.
people are memeing about the idea, but yeah,
Yung
I
bata.
guess I guess I'm just memeing at the whole idea of like ASMR, but hey, it's a legit thing, so But, yeah.
The reason why I'm laughing so much is because I have the exact same ASMR redeem.
Oh my god, we are the same.
because there's actually one more thing. It actually like transitions into another thing that I want to talk about is our voices. Like how much do you think how impactful do you think having a nice voice is towards like your whole VTubing career or like streaming in general?
It definitely has this like I would say as a like a first what do you call that thing again where you first meet someone and it's like
First impression?
yeah, it's the first impression thing. Like
That's true.
it's
yeah.
like a first impression thing, but for some people it's like if you're a streamer, like let's generalize it as a streamer, like has a very soft voice, soft spoken voice, very calming, and it's like you're like tired from like your 9 to 5 job and you just want to watch your favorite streamer just like just doing their just chatting and just very calming voice, and it gets to it gives you this kind of feeling na parang you're safe and all. I guess that impacts it in some way. And then you come to streams like maybe ours or like mine where I literally just scream on my mic because I died to someone who's been owning me in the game for the past 15 minutes. And I don't know. I'm guessing I don't know how people like
Bro's a
that
tilter.
get enjoy that kind of thing. But I honestly think it's a preference thing. But the voice can only get you to a certain point in your maybe like content creation career. And
That's true, yeah.
what will
Personalities
really
can-
matter what will really matter in the very end, it's more of like how you can use all of that, like maybe model, maybe voice and all to like actually create your content. Like how the whole scene of like streaming VTubers or facecam streamers or whatnot, it's like a huge market, so you have to make yourself unique in some way. And I think like having a voice, especially like if you want to use it for singing, for voice acting, even for ASMR, whatever that is, like make it unique for you. You know, I guess that's
Yep.
how you could
I
do
do.
it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because like I think another really important thing is like how you present yourself as well. Like I know, how in let's say like your friend group, right? Like when you have the bigger voice per se, and like you're talking about something, and people will just like unanimously agree. I think it has something to do with how you present yourself as well, because I think
Oh yeah,
it's in the psychology. Yeah,
yeah, it
it's in
definitely
the
does.
minds of
Like,
people.
if you really just sound very confident, and like some people, instead of maybe like doubting you or fact checking, it's like they just agree because like, oh, nga, no, like, yeah,
Yeah,
because
even though
this
you're
guy
like
talks
blatantly
big.
wrong.
This guy is
Yeah.
talking the talk. Maybe I should follow this guy. He said this on the internet. Of course it's real. Of course it's real. I'm gonna follow this
Yeah,
guy.
that's why.
You know
That's why it's
that's
really
like a big
important.
thing. But the thing is like yeah, well, it will depend on like if people want to like prove you wrong or anything. But that also helps because you want to sound confident in like the things you say,
Yep,
right? You can't
it's
like
true.
just like double down on it, like just dip out once you don't know if you're wrong or not, because like you have to own that. You own that statement rather. Parang ganun, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah, it's also like really interesting. Na I think some people still has this misconception of like you have to have like a pretty model. You have to have like this $3,000 model made by a famous artist in order to become popular as a VTuber. And you know how it is with people. People will jump on the bandwagon and they will see a popular VTuber as like a really expensive model, and then they're famous, and then they try the same thing, and then it flops. And I don't know about these people, but like it's really interesting that people like the first impression is definitely important. Be having a model that's somewhat pretty or unique is definitely important, but for the most part people stay for the personality, like people stay for the entertainment and how
Yeah,
well the streamer can entertain their audience.
yeah, I definitely agree with you. I guess another comment, because this is a very wide topic that we can go on. It's like yeah, I mean, more power to you if you have the funds, of course, the funding for that kind of like whatever
In
streamer
this
assets that you
economy.
have. It does in this economy. Kakapamilya ka in this economy, mahirap din. Pero like in VTubing, specifically in VTubing, right? Like because you could be a streamer and just like buy a webcam, and I think that should be the done deal. You're like a face cam streamer, right? But like as a VTuber, like it's more complicated than that. You'd have to get your model, like stream assets that fit your model, stream emotes that fit your model. I think it's a really big aspect wherein I think what's more important in the long run is how will you present your content as that streamer, and like it's more about branding for me. I guess for me branding. I mean, do you see me using an L2D model? I'm using a Vroid right
Right,
now,
yeah.
and I'm not discrediting any kind of model. You can be whatever you want. I'm just gonna say this. Like I guess I'm
That's
calling
true.
out to everyone else. Like you guys don't have to take my word for it. You guys can be whatever you want. I'll just say this. Focus
Even in real
on,
life.
yeah, of course, in real life as well. Focus on what you're really good at in presenting or like in selling yourself. Because like honestly, for me, like the whole like visual perspective of like the model, I think it only will get you again, like the voice thing will only get you so far until you'll show like
Right.
what kind of personality or like what kind of content that you do. I guess it'll work out, but like up to what point, right? I guess that's what we have to
Yeah. Right.
understand with this kind of thing. But yeah.
It's also I know there's also an interesting thing about people like faking their personality for the stream, or people putting up like a facade or a front just for the sake of like entertainment. That kind of thing will slip eventually as time goes on, which is why it's really hard to keep up with it, especially with like I know. I think a more concrete example would be people who use voice changers because like I don't know, more power to you. Like Cam said, if you know you can keep that up, or if you have like the willpower, or yeah, just that. If you can just keep it up, then you know, okay, that's good. That's good for you, man. But like personally, I think I think it would slip up eventually, and I think within like let's say like 2 months, I'll probably like crack. So I just opted not to, which is why you know I have this model, this really weird pink slime girl model, because I like my OC, I like my model, and I don't really want to change anything about me. So yeah, people will just have to accept, and the real ones will definitely stay.
You know what,
But,
Chips?
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time you followed me on Twitch and I had to check what you had, it was
If I was a girl
cool
or not.
model. I'm not gonna lie. I had to know if you were a girl. I was gonna get debated, but of course, like in that case, I wasn't going to change how I like treated streamers. Like
Yeah.
I guess here's the reality to it. Like I'm not sure if you would agree to this, but like, would you think like streaming in general is more of like a female dominated parang space, like in terms of like the streaming, and I guess like there are like a lot of male streamers as well, but like
Yeah,
it,
that's
it
true,
comes
yeah.
with the of course the caveat of you having to be, it's either really funny or like you're very good at the game and like people will watch you. Unless if you're not that, then people will result into watching like very cute, beautiful women VTubers or whatever with really good voices, also good
Right.
games as well, very entertaining, right? So yeah, do you agree with that?
There's definitely some truth to it, but like you see these like really popular male VTubers as well, and then you just look at them and then you second guess yourself on whether or not that's actually true. But for the most part, I think it just depends, question mark, because like you know how in Japan for for a good chunk of, I think it was like 2022 or 2023, for I think it was like 1 or 2 months where the top, like a few of the top streamers on Twitch were male, and it just depends, pero you know I'd probably have to agree. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, people want to watch, you know, what caters to their taste. And let's just face it, probably most of like the VTuber community is made up of men. So, you know. But
Yeah,
it's just
definitely.
my, it's just my 2 cents lang naman. You can be like a guy and still make it. Because there's also like, because if you look at like IRL streaming, the top the top streamers are male. So
Yeah,
it
definitely.
just
Yeah,
depends
sure.
on, it depends on your ano na lang, how you carry yourself or how you present yourself. But
Definitely true.
yeah, ano pa ba? Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Because
well, for me, I mean, other than that, I think we kind of grasped the idea of like the whole VTubing thing.
I like how we're just talking about like like the streaming meta, the VTuber meta.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's
Welcome
a good.
to
it's a good
KokoRadio,
start,
by
of
the
course.
way.
Welcome, everyone. How are you guys? Are you guys chilling? Hope you guys are ready for the
Welcome.
next sections of this radio session. Please go chill.
Speaking
And,
of chilling, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like, no, but we will now be, tawag dito? We will now be chilling by listening to our next song, covered by the one and only KiraKiraKat. We will now take a break for a second. Enjoy the song, please.
無敵の笑顔でラスメディア知りたいその秘密ミステリアス抜けてると臭い彼女のエリア完璧で嘘つきの君は天才的なアイドル様 好きな本は遊びに行くならどこに行くの何も食べてないそれは内緒何を聞かれてものらりくらりそう淡々とだけでさんさんと味噌で見えない蜜は蜜の味あれもないないないこれもないないない好きなタイプは相手はさ答えて誰かを好きになることなんて私わからなくてさ嘘か本当か知り得ないそんな言葉にまた一人落ちるまた好きにさせる誰もダメを奪われてく君は完璧で究極のアイドル金輪際現れない一番星の生まれ変わりその笑顔で愛してるで誰も彼も虜にしていくその瞳がその言葉が嘘でもそれは完全な愛はいはいあの子は特別です我々は花からおまけですお星様の引き立て役 D です全てがあの子のおかげのわけないシャルくさい妬み嫉妬なんてないわけがないこれはネタじゃないからこそ許せない完璧じゃない君じゃ許せない自分を許せない誰よりも強い君以外を認めない誰もが信じあがめてるまさに最強で無敵の愛だ弱点なんて見当たらない一番ボスを宿してる弱いとこなんて見せちゃダメダメ知りたくないとこは見せずに唯一無二じゃなくちゃいやいやそれこそ本物の愛得意の笑顔で犯すメディア隠しきるこの秘密だけは愛してるって嘘で積むキャリアこれこそ私なりの愛だ流れる汗も綺麗なアクアルビーを隠したこのまぶた歌い踊り舞う私はマリアそう嘘はとびきりの愛だ誰かに愛されたことも誰かのこと愛したこともないそんな私の嘘がいつか本当になることいつかきっと全部手に入れる私はそう欲張りな愛の等身大でみんなのことちゃんと愛したいから今日も嘘をつくのこの言葉がいつか本当になる日を願ってそれでもまだ君と君にだけは言えずに言ったけどああやった言えたこれは絶対嘘じゃない愛してる
Welcome back to KokoRadio. Did you guys like that cover? Literal na idol yung kumanta and literal na idol. Syempre, yung gumawa rin ng MV. But anyways, we now have a special guest in this new segment called the VTuber Corner. Yippee! Woo! VTuber Corner!
Woo! Let's go, guys.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Miss Special Guest, for tonight?
Hi, everybody. It's your favorite fifth dimensional magical girl, KiraKiraKat here. 100% idol, and 100% Maho Shoujo, part-time VTuber, and real-life scuffed idol from the Philippines. Hi! Kamusta? Hi!
Woo! Let's go. Hello, Kira. Let's go.
Hello, hello. Yeah,
Pinado ba yun?
hello.
Kasi nahiya ako bigla.
Ay, bakit? Bakit? Anong meron? dapat confidence. Dapat 100% walang hiya.
Tama. Dapat makapal ang mukha natin.
Oo,
But
oo.
yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
God.
much for having me here today for this segment
For
of
dropping by,
KokoRadio.
yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for
yeah.
dropping
No,
by.
I'm
Thank you
I'm
for
really
joining.
honored. Yeah. So for those of you who are unacquainted, I'm KiraKiraKat. I'm a voice actor, an artist, a cosplayer, a content creator, V singer. I have been around the anime community since 2005. I started cosplaying back in 2007. So you may have seen me around either through my cosplay page or hosting anime conventions. So yeah, hi.
Hello.
Oh my God, you do so many things.
Sana all maraming experience.
Sana all na
I
lang ang daming ganap sa buhay.
Hindi,
Oh my
it's
God.
called having weaponized ADHD, guys.
I should probably weaponize mine as well.
Bro actually took advantage of her ADHD, ain't no way. But
Oh,
yeah,
it's
since you do
fine.
so many things, what would you say is like the main thing that you do?
Um, the main thing that I do, apart from being an anime character, a real life anime
Yeah.
character, yeah, I mean, like a fun fact for those of you who don't know, I am a mother. You know, as in like hindi lang nanay ng PHV tubing community, I guess at this point. Pero like I'm an actual mother. Like she mother, you know, like that's what the Gen
Real
Alpha and
mother.
Gen Z
The
call it. Yeah, I'm real
mom.
mother. Yeah, I am the mom, you know. Like I have a
Damn.
really lovely, cute potato cat of 8 years old. Very proud of that one. I pinaghirapan ko yan, guys. You know, I work hard. I grew him. I grew him
Okay.
myself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Naghirapan. Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. You know, I
But
grew
yeah,
him
what
myself. I made this.
you should be proud of that. You own man. But yeah, so ayun nga, that's like there's so many things that I wanna like branch off to because you do so much. How do you not get burnt out actually? I wanna know.
Ha! That's my secret. I'm always burnt out.
You're always burnt out. Oh no.
You
Anyway.
just thug it out, no? Talagang ipersa lang
Yeah, just
talaga.
own it. Oh my God.
Oh my god. And
Pinagbravas.
it's honestly really difficult because you know, because I'm one of the olds. I have been in the creative industry for about a decade now. I actually started off as an animator. So I went through multimedia arts. I really wanted to be in animation, but then like my senpais were like, you know, don't do that because you want to be able to have options
Right.
for yourself. And then
Mhm.
like ako naman, you know, like I used to be one of those like artsy fartsy kids that was like story is king. I want to be in Pixar in 5 years. Oh sheesh. Oh my god. But yeah. So parang coming out of college, one of my first gigs was actually working for a specific cartoon that people may or may not know. At the time, it was presented to the studio as like, oh, may bagong saltang animation. Ito yung pitch. And I was like, wow, this is such a cool sci-fi cartoon. And like, it's written by one of my favorite writers because I was a really big fan of Community and Dan Harmon's writing. And so I begged them na kahit baguhan ako, can you please put me on the project? And they were like, you know, if you do the test right, pwede ka pumasok. So I was fortunate enough to be part of the very first season of Rick and Morty as a character animator.
Yo, that's sick.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Rick and
yeah,
Morty.
I'm not joking, bro. Yeah, no. So like
So cool.
that was like back in 2013-ish. I worked for an animation
so
company
long.
locally. Yes. Laglagan ng edad. I worked for an animation company locally, and it was quite an experience for me. But it was also kind of traumatizing in a way kasi parang you realize na parang wow, ganito lang pala ang bayad. Hindi ko pa kaya ma-afford yung pagkain ko. Siguro gipit pa nga ako para sa commute ko. Siguro like the most that I made at the time was like maybe 7,500 in a month. Because the way that they do it is like it's paper second. So paper output. So like they would pay you 450 pesos per second. And they would pay it to you in like maybe mga like 70-30. So to start on a scene, you get paid like 70% of that fee.
Right.
And then depending on how long it is. Pero the problem is they don't pay you for things like revisions, the time it takes, or like minsan bumabalik sa'yo yung mga scenes mo. And one of the difficulties that I had is like if you're sick or if you're absent at any point, they could just give your scene to somebody else, and whoever finishes it gets like the 30% to finish that
Oh,
scene,
they
even if
get
it's
the
like a
pay.
very even if
Yeah.
it's like a really minor revision. So that wasn't. And then that's kind of like where I was like, you know, sitting beside all of these veteran animators that like worked on like Tarzan and like Little Mermaid, and like parang
Oh my
they've been in
God.
the industry for so
crazy.
long, and
You also been so
parang
nervous.
yeah, and it's like, you know, they have families and they'd have to work through like 3 different studios just to kind of make ends meet. And they would always talk to me about like the golden age of Disney, and like they could afford sports cars back then. Oh, madali lang bumili ng bahay. And I was like, can I sit here and do the same thing for like 30 years? I don't think this is it, Chief. So parang I decided that like TV animation wasn't for me. Like then and there palang. So that's kind of the sad reality of like being an animator in the creative industry locally. Parang alam mo yun, so I jumped into game development after that. So that's kind of my main background actually in the creative sphere. So
Game
like
dev, yeah.
I was game dev animator and artist, and I worked at some point for different companies. Like the brands that we handled included stuff like Cartoon Network or Sanrio or Peanuts and a bunch of other stuff. There was this one point where I almost was a supervisor for character art for a Japanese game company, and they
Oh my
had a
God,
Super
yeah.
Robot Wars project, and I was supposed to be sent to Kyoto for training because I won the pitch.
Oh my
And
God.
I
Okay.
will remember the most memorable time I had during that project was it took me an entire week to debate with my Japanese supervisor about how to draw boobs on Nono from Gunbuster. Because he was like,
Okay.
because they were like, it can't be, the shadow has to be triangular. And I'm like,
No, yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I'm like, respectfully, sir, as a titty haver, I think
As
they're
someone with
round.
the facilities.
I think they are round, So it took me like a week of back and forth between my supervisor to be like, this is how you draw their boobies. Just how they draw.
You wouldn't
I'm
know.
sorry,
So,
actually, this is how you would draw it. I
kinda-
guess I would know. Yeah. That is insane.
Yeah, and then like after that, like I had to resign. I had my kid, and then I've been freelancing ever since. And in 2019, since I was work from home, I was like, you know what? I'm so bored working from home. Maybe I should try streaming so that I can like, it's kind of like talking to people while working, and that's kind of how I started on Twitch. Was like, um, is that I was just working on art commissions online while
Right.
talking to people, and I started as a face cam streamer, and then I was my friend, my best friend and my wife Ishi Tanuki told me about VTubers around 2020ish, and that's kind of how I got into the rabbit hole. Like I literally only got a model from her at the time. It was a Vroid model. Like, I would stream maybe like 4 or 5 times a week. And then like on one day I will be a VTuber. And now it became the reverse where it's like I stream more as a VTuber than a face cam person in recent times. But then I'm kind of like reshifting the formula of how I want to approach content creation and being a VTuber and what sort of content that I want to be in. Because I've been streaming for like 5 years now. I just recently celebrated my 5th year KiraKiraKat content anniversary last Halloween. So yeah, that's kind of medyo mahabang story, pero that's how we got here.
Yeah,
That's how we
so
got-
cool.
Senpai,
Everything is so
idol.
cool.
I am following your footsteps.
Oh man,
No, because,
yeah.
Yeah, because I do wanna. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have a bit of a confession to make. When you were,
Okay, go.
when you were, when Mirai told us that you were coming on, and I from the very start, like I wanted to ask, like the ano tawag dito? Like the animation, the Gravity Falls animation. That's like the very well known that I really loved. And then it turns out that you voiced Mabel, and I'm like, what the? How? What? I didn't even know it was you. Like, it was so. It was so
Yeah.
shocking to me.
Yeah, so the story behind that is there one of back in 2012, 2011, I don't remember. But back then I was there was a event called Made to Travel, and I hosted it, and then I was reading the art contest judges, and then lo and behold, one of them was Mike and Elle, and I was floored because Mike and Elle has been one of my biggest art
The
gods
goat.
ever since I was in high school. Like he would be super popular in DeviantArt. I remember back in the day, yung parang draw with me na animation niya was such a big deal. And he was like
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
the people that I super looked up to. So like I bumped into him during Made to Travel, and then like he made a gif about like the event and me asking an autograph from him, and then like I made a Tumblr post that was like
Oh, you
my
actually met
experience
him.
meeting
Oh my
Mike
God, that's
and
so
Elle.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then it was so funny because like I think this was like maybe mga 2013 na nga actually. I don't remember. Pero like, and then the funny thing is a month later I got in the game company called Studio Contrabida, and then we were like, oh yeah, we need animators for our game because they were working on something called Rival Threads, and then they were also working on animations for clients on the side. And then lo and behold, like the month after I meet Mike and I find out that he is my art director for the project that I am
Oh my
working
god.
on.
So that's how it happened.
Yeah, so we like he directed and led animation pitch for for one of the first Middle Eastern mecha anime. It was called Torkaiser, and we only ever got to do a trailer for it that they showed in like the Dubai Comic Con. And that was kind of how my friendship with him started. Like, I started working with him, and then somewhere down the line he was like, I was also experimenting with voice acting, and one of my first voice acting gigs was for a group called Kawaii Philippines. I hosted their event, and then they were like, "Hey, we want to make a short web show called Kawaii PH." It was aired on IBC 13. It was like a 10-minute shorts of like 10 episodes, and I was the narrator. And then since I had experience voice acting and I got my first mic from them, like Mike and I was like, "Hey, do you want to voice Mabel for this fan animation I'm doing?" Because we both really loved Gravity Falls, and I was like,
Right.
I don't think I can sound like Mabel at all. And he was like, no, it's gonna be fine. And so that's kind of how I needed to find my
Oh my
voice
God.
Oh my
pitch to
god.
be somewhere around here. But then Mabel had like braces, right? Like Kristen Shaw had braces. So I would try to put like gum on my teeth just to kind of like emulate that. It's kind of like this when you have braces. Because
Oh
I've
my
had
God,
braces
it is
before.
actually so
You
accurate.
Type of
That's
a deal.
crazy.
So it's like that. And actually I also did, since I'm an animator, I also helped them out with like keyframe cleanups and coloring for a lot of his projects, not just Twins Forever for Gravity Falls, but also for Missing Halloween, and if Zootopia was an anime. So like parang I was kind of like part-time his assistant in a sense as well. So that's kind of how we, and I went on to voice a lot of his projects, like his projects and his quote-unquote projects. So alam niyo na, wink wink wonk wonk. Dun sa kabila. Anyway, but yeah.
I mean. I saw,
So yeah.
I saw your pin tweet a while back, and
Yeah.
there's definitely some things there na hindi siya pang TV, hindi siya pang stream. But yeah, that's so
Like,
cool. That's so cool.
not family
I've
friendly.
Yeah.
Parang
So
ganun.
so it's like wild to me whenever people come up to me and say, "Oh my god, you were the person in either like Gravity Falls, Mike and L's Gravity Falls animation, or you were in Matty Burrito's Omega Rubier," and then they would be like, "You were my childhood," and I'm like, "Excuse me, fetus, what?"
Real.
Yeah, because I was like May in this fan animation for Pokemon that my friend Matty Burrito made. We were like college batchmates. So that's kind of how I met him. So like, since my background is animation, I started getting more and more into voice acting because like I have a bunch of friends who were like, "Hey, we're animating a thing. You wanna voice it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, bro. Let's go, homie. Let's go." So
That is
that's
crazy.
yeah, and it's like I never really would have thought that all of these hobbies that I've done, like cosplaying, event hosting, voice acting, would kind of just end up with me working on these like core memories for so many people, or like whether it's like hosting for like Cosmania or Boa or like anything else, like either fan animations. Recently, like I also voiced some Hoyo Fest fan animations as well. So it's like I I don't really have like lofty goals for myself. Like I know a lot of people want to be like, "Oh, I want to be like a celebrity. I want to be like the biggest thing ever." Like but my deal as always and forever will be, I just want to have fun. And if that inspires people to do their best at what they want to do, then that gives me fulfillment as a life goal in itself. Like I just want to be able to inspire others to pursue their dreams, to pursue their hobbies, and at the end of the day, like enjoy themselves, because like life is so short. You can never tell like what is going to happen in your life.
Actually, yeah, I do agree
That's
with
true, yeah.
what you said about having
Mhm.
fun with the things that you do. I just have one question though, Kira. Based
Yeah,
on
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what you've experienced so far, you've
Yeah.
shared so many. I feel like such a like a fetus after after you sharing all of those. Like, Oh my god, what am I doing with my life?
Oh my
But
god.
here's the thing, this might be not really personal, but I guess when you started like working in the industry, or even like when you shifted to like a game dev type of work, did it ever occur to you like the things that you were doing during that time was something that you like, did you enjoy like working on those types of work?
Oh
And I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you mentioned,
definitely.
and then you
Yeah.
mentioned something about like you couldn't imagine yourself like working 30 years just to like, get over like to like at least earn more than what you were usually gonna have, because like nobody's gonna live in this economy at like 7,500 pesos a month, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, a lot of people, in the industry of creatives would say, you would grow up with your parents saying, hindi, walang pera sa ganyan,
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the thing, is that because of the people in our generation who have put so much love and effort into their passions, into their hobbies, we've actually made a name for ourselves. We've grown, like people on YouTube who started as content creators making videos. Like I also used to do dance covers on YouTube, and that's kind of how I ended up being more of an idol, or like song covers in the Utaita community. And I feel like those different skills and those different hobbies are just kind of the ultimate culmination. It's like parang that's why the natural evolution of everybody becoming VTubers makes sense. Is because like you have all these different hobbies, and it's like, you can kind of like use all of these different aspects and skills into streaming, into being a VTuber. Like you want to sing, you want to make videos, you want to entertain people, you want to play games. And and if it wasn't for the efforts of the people in this generation to kind of be out there and just passionately share their craft and the things that they love, then I really don't think that this industry would have gone so far as to be as big as it has been. Like parang I remember back in 2007, 2008's YouTube, it's like, people were just uploading videos because of like hee hee ha ha, for funsies. But then
Mm-hmm.
now it's like a million billion dollar industry of entertainment, and nobody would have expected that. I don't think that's something that's what I mean, but it's like I would never would have expected it, because it's like, you like the internet was still young and you back in the day, people were just doing stuff for shits and giggles. Like it was never really a point where it's like, oh, pwede siyang pagkakitaan. That's kind of
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I feel like I'm coming from, like as an old.
An
So
old
like
soul.
yeah, an old soul. Like I know a lot of people now come into these different industries that are like, oh, I want to make it big and stuff. But at the end of the day, I think that it still goes back to that passion that that people have, of that love for the things that they do. And I think that that's kind of what really stands out with a lot of people in my experience in this space for so long. It's like people know if you're doing things just for clout. People know and can tell if you actually do have skills and you're enjoying what you do. Like people can tell about that. Not that it
Right.
doesn't come with its own hardships. Like of course, like burnout, things like that. Like that's kind of why I feel like a lot of people in the past decade, like a lot of OG YouTubers and content creators have started to retire, have started to dial down, because it's like not just because they're paving way for newer people to take up mantles in the space, but they're honestly just so tired. Like they've done so much to grow and be pioneers of this industry. And it's like really difficult to having to do that constant upkeep, that constant like output, like because people eventually have lives, they have families, they have other things that they want to do and aspire to. So it's like it's just such a beautiful thing to have seen this space grow and evolve into what it is now. And I feel like I'm very fortunate. Like I'm not saying like, I would call myself the biggest VTuber or the biggest streamer, but at
Right.
least
Yeah.
I feel like my experience in several different fields of creative work kind of speaks for itself. So like yeah, uh it's like it's just surreal to me na I'm still doing the same shit I've been doing since 10 years ago. I guess no. Parang I know a lot of people have kind of like just done this stuff as a hobby, but it's like interesting to me that, I've been able to at least do what I can with the craft. So yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and I guess it's very lucky for us then that of course, the whole space of this like content creation thing in general, like became something that you can actually make as a business even for yourself, right? So yeah,
Yeah, it is
I
very
guess that's
surreal. Yeah.
so yeah. I guess I can move on to like another question that I have in mind. This is more on the side of being the VTuber, no?
Yeah.
So for you, Kira, what parts of being a VTuber do you like the most, and what parts of being a VTuber do you dislike the most as well? I guess that's
Oh,
how you
bro,
word it, right?
easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Uh-huh.
Nobody can tell that I'm in my underwear if I to like just like, you just wake up for a stream, you
You
wake
know
up
what?
like
That's real.
yeah, no, it's kind of like, pandemic benefits. Like, you just kind of wake up from your bed like a vampire and then sit in front of your desk and then just get on.
Yeah,
Nobody
definitely.
No one
So
knows
knows.
behind
No one knows.
nobody knows behind the screen that I am just
it's
actually a cat.
it's the whole meme about like, wait, did you take a shower today, or are you just using the VTuber model and just to be confident about
Oh
nobody's
my
gonna smell me through the
god.
screen? That's fine.
Okay, but you have to admit, she's right.
Yeah, it is.
No, but
She's right
yeah,
about
but
that. Yeah.
but yeah, exhibitionism jokes aside, I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of different conveniences that VTubers bring to the table for people who are socially anxious. It helps them find more self confidence to be able to, present in a creative manner without worrying about how they look like, or it gives
Right.
people that privacy, and it gives people that avenue to be able to be or play a role in that kayfabe to be able to be somebody that's totally different from who they are in real life. Not it doesn't work for everybody. Like I'm just myself. Like I don't like fifth dimensional magical girl stuff aside. I'm just really myself. How I
It's
am
like
in
life, yeah.
person and how I am like on stream. But some people like really do these amazing fantastical stuff like lore and videos and storylines, and that's beautiful. Like I think that's kind of the beautiful thing about VTubing. I know that there are things that people have as a meta that have like as like debuts are a thing, presentations are a thing, lore videos are a thing, but literally you can take VTubing and make it as creative as you can. And you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And the nice thing about it is like you have a model, you have a character, and the only limit there is your imagination and creative output. Unlike in real life where you're constrained by the restrictions of like having lighting, a place to shoot, how a nice camera, something like that. So that's kind of the pros of it. Though for me, since I am both an IRL content creator and I'm also like a VTuber, I still somehow prefer, in a sense, like coming from the stage, as a person who has been through like performances, event hosting, musical theater. It's really different feeling the crowd in real life. It's like parang just feeding off of their energy, the space, the cheering and stuff like that is something that I can never really let go of. So it's that causes anxiety for some people, but for me it's like I love
Real,
feeling the
yeah.
room. Yeah, so it's like, or like I feel a little bit limited, but what by the technology that I have, because I'm a very expressive person in real life. So I like making a lot of hand gestures and making a lot of faces, and I feel like there's a limit there when you're a VTuber, depending on how well your rigging is, depending on how well your model is done. But for some people, it's not that like you're in conversation a while ago, like I'm a voice actor. I think there's a lot that people can pick up in terms of emotionality and nuance with voice, not just like the face of the character because it's anime. But it's there's pros, there's cons, and that's entirely dependent on the person and the creator themselves. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like everything
Agree
in
with
there is
that,
like
yeah.
so overwhelming. I literally have no idea how do you do half of those things. I don't know. I personally I would be able to catch up because I have so many things. I would be able to catch up with the pressure, with all of those things that people would would set expectations for. But one thing I do want to know though is that what do you think is something that you've always wanted to try but you never had the courage to do?
Sorry, I made a comment. There's cons. You host them all the time, and I'm like,
That's true, yeah.
help me. Anyway, but yeah, sorry, can you repeat the question? Na psychic damage ako dun sa side comment.
Tatamaan eh. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what was the question again?
What
Sorry.
is so okay? I wanted to ask if there was something you've always wanted to try but you never had the courage to do.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'd love to be able to do like a full 3D concert, like with the motion capture
Oh,
suit and everything like that.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is cool. Yeah.
yeah. Like I've always wanted to do like a full blown concert for myself, but that's the thing because it's like even as an IRL streamer back then, I was trying to figure out the logistics of that, or as a VTuber, there's a lot of like
It's expensive, no?
yeah, equipment requirements. But
Yeah.
like throughout the 4 or so years that I've been in VTubing, like technology has rapidly become more accessible, has become more affordable. They've
Right.
come up with Mokopi's, they have Warudo now. Like that's kind of why I'm a 3D VTuber, because I don't like being limited by just like the 2D plane. I always thought about like inserting myself into IRL scenarios or like different sort of like things like that, because I feel like there's like more that I could explore as a 3D VTuber than a 2D VTuber, especially since like I mentioned, like expression and stuff is very important to me. But yeah, it's definitely one of the things that are on my table. But if I wanted to really take it to like the maximum goals that I have, I actually became a VTuber not because to be a VTuber, but I have always been such a big fan of Hatsune Miku. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed. I'm just pink and teal but reversed. So I'm just kind of like a reversed Miku. Like, oh my god. So I ever since Hatsune Miku came out in 2007, like she's become such a phenomenon. Like I swear to God, guys, like Hatsune Miku walked so that VTubers could run. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
natural
That's
progression.
true, yeah.
Yeah, so I became a VTuber not because like I want to be a VTuber, but I just want to be like Hatsune Miku. You know, I want to have a
Hatsune
voice
Miku,
bank.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to be like a whole brand thing character, whatever, like the KiraKiraKat multiverse. Like, I want to achieve that level of like virtual diva status, like so much so that one day they could send my model and like my voice bank to the moon or something, or Mars or something, or shoot it into space for aliens to find,
Stole
you
the
know.
culture there.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, my interest in space is more than an aesthetic. Like, I really, really love like astronomy and stuff. But it's just that we never really have an avenue to do
Right.
that in the Philippines. But yeah, no, I would be balling. Like, send me to the International Space Station as a hologram VTuber. Like, first VTuber to perform on the International Space Station. Let's make it happen. Come on. Yeah.
Kira to the moon, guys. You already
Yeah, man.
know.
No, no, no,
Petition
no, no,
that.
no.
Real.
Yeah, man. Like if you're super, super, super into like sci-fi stuff, like it just makes sense. In the future, like like Meta has something going on. In the future, maybe everybody's just going to have an avatar, and everybody's just going to be uploaded on the internet, like the singularity and all that shit. Like, I mean, whoa. Yeah, like I feel like I want my VTuber to outlive. Like if one day I will and or Asian raisin, like a Grammy. My VTuber will stay young and fresh and live on way past me. Turn me into an AI, like consensually, like or whatever. Like just I like live forever. Holy shit, that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
just
Yeah,
transfer
man.
my spirit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly,
Transfer my
exactly.
spirit.
The ambitions are endless. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of the dealio with me being a VTuber. I'm not here to be like a VTuber and graduate. I am literally going to be like I'm here for the fountain of eternal youth digitally. Let's go.
Definitely.
That's
I like
also the
that.
beauty of like just VTubing in general, right? Like there's so many more like creative opportunities that you can do as opposed to like IRL streaming, right? Because like you can do so many things, like what you like literally everything that you just listed down. You can do all of that with like just simply like a VTuber model, right? Like all of those
Yeah.
concepts can like branch out and stuff like that. What do you think is like I don't know? What do you think? Is there any specific moment in time where that moment shaped who you are today?
where do I start with the many points of trauma in my life as a PTSD have wait. Wait, like,
It's a given, yes.
where do I start? Sadly I'm Filipino.
I have two sides, heaven and Filipino.
I-
I'm being stopped by my own potential because I am Filipino. Yeah.
guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have an admission. Like, I'm Filipino. Oh no.
Filipino.
I am sorry for your loss.
My condolences.
Ay, ay, ay.
No, actually, there's like pros and cons to that too. Like, I'm Filipino, and then I'm Filipino. It's like,
Wala akong Filipinas, no?
no.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, but
can't
yeah, no,
believe this.
legit though. But yeah, no, so parang ito na talaga yung parang main protagonist vibes ko. I would actually say that like I've had a lot of like really really sad experiences in my life. As in like pag sinulat kasi
Right.
pag sinulat ko si Ate Charo, hindi lang siya isang episode, isa siyang season, man. Parang pwede mo siyang gawing Netflix. You could make my
It's one
entire
series, you-
yeah, you could make my entire life into like into a Netflix original series, like parang main protagonist vibes and alam mo yung mga sa mga K-pop na drama, like saktong ganon. As in like my life is just like
May
that,
plot twist sa gitna.
yeah, no, as in completo with all the tropes. But like legitimately, like I had a really like I grew up from I think a rather difficult family situation, and I think one of the things that really it's like like trigger warning vibes na lang to like family deaths or like sad stuff and sad stories. Pero like
Right.
my deep lore is like so my parents were like separated, and I never really got to know my dad all that well. But then like he just kind of came back into our lives like maybe when I was like in grade 4 or like grade 5 or something like that. And like had a different family and stuff like that. Typical Filipino story. Dad went out to get milk, and then I thought he was on an extended hiatus. And I'm like, hindi na lang ako nagtaka. Sabi nila kasi naka-business trip si Papa. Parang like, oh, okay.
Comeback stream pala si Papa.
Definitely one way to word that.
BRB getting milk. Anyway, but yeah. So I was like, and then I experienced maybe like a year or two with my dad, and then like one day they just kind of called school and they told me like my like something bad happened to my dad, and he had like a asthma attack. Like my family has like severely bad asthma, and then like parang hindi na gumana yung meds, and then he lost oxygen for like 30-45 minutes. So it was like that point na parang it's like in those medical dramas where they call it like it's cold blue na hindi na, pero they really like, just to give you context, in medical terms, when you lose oxygen for 5 minutes, that's already like an extreme amount of brain damage. But to go so far as to like 15 maybe minutes maximum, like parang unthinkable na you resuscitate a patient like at 45 minutes. But they did with my dad, and unfortunately he was in a coma for a very very time. He was in a coma for like 12 years, and I feel like that's kind of one of those like parang moments that happen. You think it only happens in like dramas or something like that. And my family experienced like financial hardships and all that jazz. And as a Filipino panganay na babae, there was a lot of pressure there for me to excel or for me to succeed. And I think that's kind of at that point where I really realized that life is so fickle. Life is so short. And that's why I think we should seize the moment and really, you only get one shot at life, and you only get like this one chance. So, why not, right? Like, I don't really want to live my life with regrets. And I'm pretty sure my dad wouldn't have wanted that for me either. Na parang I would have just been held back by the situation at hand. So I've always like I said, it's like that's why I think I wanted to pursue all of these many different things, because it's like at the end of the day I want to say that even if something happens to me, I lived a fulfilled life, and if that helps people, then that makes me even happier. So yeah, sad story aside, Like marami pa nangyari even after that, but I think that that was definitely a really big point that kind of shaped my entire outlook on life. You know, like there's so many people na parang bad things happen to them, and it's like, you know, that sort of pain and hurt is something that they want to drag other people down with them, but that just kind of make me feel like all the more na, you know, life was already shitty. Life was already really sad. So I want to try to create a space, and I want to try to make people laugh, and I just want to make people smile. Because life is already really hard. You never know what sort of struggles people have behind the scenes. You never know what people are going through. So the least that I feel like I could do at the end of the day is, like, you know, like, even for 5 minutes, even for 10 minutes, or even if it's just a short joke, is just to be able to help others. So yeah.
That's true. Kindness is free. Yeah.
That is a
Yes.
heartfelt story, and thank you for sharing that, Kira. I hope it didn't affect too much.
Very
You
impactful.
know? Yeah,
Oh
very
no, no,
impactful.
no. Like, that's kind of like exactly why I'm so cheerful to begin with, is because I've experienced so much sadness and strife in life. And that's kind of why I'm very optimistic. And you know, I think at the end of the day, it's like no matter how much life gets you down, is in itself the ability to be able to get back up again. Or at least
Definitely.
exist, you know, is already enough. If you're going through a hard time, if you're dealing with a lot, just you existing through the day is already a big win. Like, one of the things that's very important to me because of the situations that I found myself in is mental health. And these are actually one of my biggest advocacies, apart from, like, you know, uh other stuff, is at the end of the day, like, mental health is such a big and important aspect for me. And I've had times on my streams where, like, 2 years after the fact, they just DM me and say, hey, you know, I really appreciate that one time you kind of talked about stuff, or you talked to me and it helped me get through a hard time. And I think that's kind of where I felt like, you know, even if I'm not the biggest VTuber, even if I only, like, you know, I don't have like thousands and hundreds of viewers, but I think that's okay. Because I feel like that sort of intimacy as a small content creator, the ability for me to be able to talk with my community is, and actually, like, change even one life for the better is, I think, important, you know?
It's true.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's really a big thing for us, of course, who
I think,
are also making
Yeah, I
content
think
like that as well.
I,
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
think
Chips.
every like VTuber or like content creator in general would definitely like relate to the fact na it makes it's really like heartwarming for them na they're just streaming one day, and then out of nowhere someone just DMs them na they've helped them through depression just by watching them or something like
Mm.
that. And I feel like it's a huge spike of like motivation to keep going just because of that, like the fact that you can just talk to a screen and then you can help people just by doing that. That's probably like the best feeling in the world, like straight up. I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it like any other way, because it's
yeah,
Power
cool.
of
and
the
You're
internet,
just
I
literally
guess.
just here. Yeah, you're just here. You're just staring at the screen. You're talking to a screen, and then occasionally you're playing games and you're like entertaining people somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then people are actually coming to you and telling you that you've helped them change your life or something like that. That's definitely that feels good. I don't know. I don't know what else there is in the world that felt
hmm
better. But yeah,
and
it's really
yeah,
cool.
I feel like it's a two-way street. You know, it's not just the audience, but also for me as a content creator, my community has helped me go through so many. Like, the community has helped me go through so many difficult points in my life. They really helped me and my son out. Like, one of the things that is commonly known by my community is that I am a single mom, and I have a kid who has special needs. And you know, they've always been so supportive of me and my son. And you know, I just, as somebody who's always struggled in life, I really feel like there is a sense of importance in having this sort of found family or community or bayanihan, you know, like being Filipino, like I said, being Filipino has its pros and cons, and I feel like this is one of those things that really shines the most is the natural capacity for people to do good and to be kind, and you know to be able to help others when they're in need. And as much as I've been able to help people, they've always been also been able to help me. And I will always be thankful. And that is definitely one of the things that has made such a big impact in my life and has really motivated me to get through hard times, and has also inspired me to do more with life outside of just my special interests and hobbies. It made me realize that, hey, I can actually really help people and I can actually really do good. So, one of the things that I actually did say on my 5th anniversary stream is that I may be dialing back on streaming. I may be doing content instead, and I may be doing other forms of media because, like, I want to be able to have time as well to work and do other things. And one of the biggest things that I actually do want to accomplish is I really want to actually go into therapy and like psychology, like actually study to become a therapist, because I've really realized that that's something that I really enjoy, is to be able to listen to people, to be able to actually help. And I want I want that to be in a professional capacity, because I'd always worry about like being able to talk to people. Am I actually really helping them out? Am I making more harm than I'm doing good? But that's where it's like I feel like I really want to pursue this sort of career shift where I can do more good in the world, and not just like by not just by streaming, but also like really putting forward on that advocacy that I have, so like to be in a sense is like actually have the professional capacity to do the things that I want to do. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like of course it's like there's like this thing in streaming or in like the VTubing communities, like your streamer is your personal therapist, which is like something na parang we were talking about. It's like you're
Mm-mm.
making it like a legit thing now na parang yeah, you're going to take on studies, of course, and study about like the real thing, so that of course it would be like a valid thing. So yeah. By the way, Kira, I have one question. What last question from me, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Just one, of course.
Oh man,
Go back in time and then tell yourself, do not do this or something like that. Parang
it's
ganun.
not. That's kind of one of the things. Like I'm a really big sci. I love the concept of time travel, which is why I'm a fifth dimensional magical girl. And
Right.
it's not that I would ever tell myself to not do the things that I did, because like each and every instance and each and every life event that happened has formed to shape the you that you are today. So I would never, like, either if it's a sad thing, even if it's a horrible thing, I would never detract myself from saying don't do this, don't do that. But I think the most that I could impart with my younger self is to not be so hard on myself, not blame myself, because I think that's kind of one of my biggest learnings in life as somebody who grew up as a chronic people pleaser, as somebody who grew up like kind of in really bad situations, is I ended up blaming myself for a whole lot of things that really wasn't my fault or I didn't have control over. I and that's just one of the things that I would also tell other people, is that be kind to yourself. It's very hard actually to do that, especially when you experience a lot of depression or mental health struggles. But you need to be able to give yourself the grace to make mistakes. You need to be able to acknowledge that, hey, maybe you did something that you weren't proud of, or maybe this could have been better. But each and every single day is another chance to be able to do more, or to take even a smaller step forward. And you know what? Sometimes progress is non-linear. You don't just take one step forward, and sometimes it's like, it's not like a linear thing. Sometimes some days aren't just great. Sometimes other days are better. But at the end of the day, don't be so hard on yourself. I need to remind to tell myself that all the time, because that's still something that I struggle with. Sometimes I feel like parang, oh, I'm not doing so well again. or like, I'm doing pretty terrible. But, you know, always have kindness for yourself, and don't be afraid to reach out to other people for help if you really need to. Like your friends and your community, they care about you despite what the brain demons say. Don't listen to the brain demons.
Don't listen to the
They may
intrusive
be
thoughts.
Do not
yeah,
listen to your
yeah,
inner
don't,
demons, yeah?
yeah, the intrusive thoughts like ooh,
The intrusive
but
thoughts.
yeah, but hey, you know what? Like I think that's kind of one of the beautiful things about being able to be in a space where you can create a community for yourself is the community's there for you to, as they would be willing to help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. I know that people struggle with that, but it's a hard thing to be able to accept help from others for some people and some of my friends and me sometimes. But just at the end of the day, no man is an island, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
It's true. I think a lot of people need to realize that they're not really exactly alone, no matter how much they think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely nothing wrong with asking for help. Because I know
Yeah.
some people, I know a lot of people who decide by themselves that, oh, I'm just gonna do this by myself. Like they're gonna take whatever weight on their shoulders just alone, and I think they're like too prideful to ask for help. And I think there's definitely nothing wrong with that, and more importantly, it's not really a sign of weakness to ask for help. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing that people need to realize. But yeah, do you have any like kind of advice for anyone who's considering diving into the VTubing scene, or even considering being a streamer or a voice actor or hosting or whatever it is that you would like to do?
Yeah, I would love to encourage people to work with what they have. I think we're in such a great time where people can engage with hobbies in an easier way. There are more resources available to you on the internet. If there's something that you ever want to do, there are ways to do things in an affordable manner. I remember when I started voice acting, like, mics were so hard to find. Now they're all common. Or like, being an artist, now like tablets are really easy to draw with. You can even draw with like a tablet pen, like Xiaomi pad or something like that. Di naman kailangan iPhone. Like you don't need the best things to be the best, is what I like to say. Like, give like you don't need all of the super hyper expensive models. You don't need all of the frills and whistles to have that success. What's most important at the end of the day is how you can creatively work with what you have. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't like it doesn't matter what stage or point you have. If you have the money, that's great. Let's not shame people for the hard work that they put in to be able to afford that. But also at the same time, it's like if you're in a position where you're not in your ideal, you can always work up to it.
Yep.
Just never be afraid to try. The only limit that you set for yourself are the expectations that you have on yourself.
That's true. Yeah, that's such a quote actually.
Yeah, man.
That's 100% a quote. I need to I need to learn by that. There's so many things that like I think you can only give this kind of wisdom if you spent like at least like 10 years into whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm really grateful that I'm here to witness all of this unfold, as well as everyone in chat as well. But yeah, I think that's all we have time for today. I think we've yapped for long enough, actually. Do you have anything to promote? I think you have a lot, actually.
Oh my god, yeah. So first off, if you guys can, I do have like a YouTube page that you guys can like follow if you guys want to hear. I don't know, does this work?
Yeah.
There you go. So I have stuff on there. I'm trying to work myself into story content or music content, and I actually do want to put more stuff like thoughts and essays. Other than that, like if you guys want to be able to engage with me, I do also have like my socials. Like I have a Blue Sky, I have a I have a Twitter. Well, I'm not as active on Twitter as much now, but you can find me anywhere on the internet, IG, Facebook, Instagram as KiraKiraKat. If ever the next event that I will be at is Japan Night for Otakute, which is going to be on November 23. I will be performing with Day and Night Explorers, which is a collaborative group for idols and creators. They also have streams, they also have covers and stuff like that. If you guys want to check us out, we will be at the Otakute venue in Recto. I also have like a Discord community that I am on if in case you guys want to join. No pressure because it's like so hard to be able to join so many VTuber servers.
It's so
You
hard
don't
to
have
manage,
to no problem because I am very active on my socials. I'm very
Yeah,
active
feel
on.
free to plug them in, anyways.
Yeah, I put
Yeah,
them
of
in
course.
the comments if ever. So yeah, no, I'm just. Yeah, I didn't mean like Twitter. I meant like X pala no.
Yeah, it's X now.
I still cannot
Yeah,
move
he's,
on from
like-
the idea. It's called X.
I cannot either. But yeah, so thank you so much. I may be having I may be having more events that you can all look forward to in content in December. Otherwise, you know where to find me. So don't be afraid to keep sparkling. Ta-da, my starlings.
Yon,
Yes,
yun na nga.
yes. Thank you
And
for
ayan-
coming on. We're really honored to have you on here.
Yeah, thank you,
For
thank
a
you.
Long time coming.
Yeah,
It was,
no, I really
nice
appreciate
having
it
you
as
here.
well. Yeah, if anybody also wants to, reach out for advice and stuff like that, my Discord server's there. If anybody, wants recommendations for things, feel free to shoot me a DM on Blue Sky or X or whatever, or Facebook, and I'll be very happy to answer your questions. So thank you so much, everybody. Again, my name is KiraKiraKat, your favorite fifth dimensional magical girl. Thank you so much, Chips. Thank you so much, Kambyo. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
you
Kira.
for
Thank you
coming.
for the lovely words, the yapping, the advice, and all of the experiences you have shared. It was so nice having you. And so I guess that's all the time they have for this guest appearance for this.
I have
please
no
go check
idea
out
how
Kira
long
Kira.
we yapped, but it was
Yeah,
also worth
I-
it.
I didn't even notice the time, dude. I was like, okay, I'm just.
I
gonna
didn't
listen.
either.
Yeah,
It was
so
also
yeah,
good. I was so engrossed, honestly.
I was immersed with the whole experience, honestly.
Very
Just wanna
much.
say that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. So
Thank you.
and I guess with that, we will be having an intermission. We will be having a short intermission, and we'll have music presented by Jet Ammo featuring Ryu and Cymations. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you.
Ako'y naninindigan sa kung anong alam kong tama. Mananaig ang konstitusyon para sa kaayusan ng sistema.
Tignan niyo ngayon ang pagdurusang dinala ng kasakiman niyo sa mga tao. Sa labang ito nakasalalay ang aming kinabukasan. Ang aming hustisya. Bala sa bala.
Para sa kapayapaan.
Para sa kalayaan.
Humanda ka.
Bihirang makakamit ng pagbabago. Bibigyang basbas ang iyong pagkatalo. Alay ka sa makabagong pagkatao. Di maiiwasan, di mapigilan.
Wala ka bang alam, kapitan? Paulit-ulit tayo.
Sa laghati ng puso ko'y tugon sa mga wika mo.
Tumagi ka, sumuko ka na. Diktadura kong nagsabing wala nang himala.
Inuulit ko na, bumagsak sila, lumuhod ka sa bala ng bagong general.
Oo, bakit?
Ano ba?
Pabalik-balik.
Talaga?
Oo, bakit?
Ano ba?
Ka nagagalit.
Talaga?
Oo, bakit?
Ano ba?
Pabalik-balik.
Talaga?
Oo, bakit?
Ano ba?
Ka nagagalit. Talaga.
Welcome back to KokoRadio. Oras po natin, 9:33 p.m. This time check was brought to you by Minute Burger. Get the best burgers in town only at Minute Burger. Delicious, juicy, and very budget-friendly. Get your food at Minute Burger.
And we would also like to thank Craftify X for giving us customizable plushies for our VLODs. Order now and get a chance to be partnered as well with Craftify X with their astonishing great quality merchandise. So ayun. Ano tawag dito? We are in, no, Chips. Hello. Ayun, we're back. So what I can really say about the song from earlier that played in the intermission gave me that rebellious vibe. Pero I channeled the inner
It's very, very badass, yeah.
Very badass. Yung pagka-trash talk ko sa aking sarili, lumalabas yung pagka-squammy ko na Pilipino na parang,
It gets you in the vibe, no?
Umabalik ka na! Lumalabas na talaga sa boses ko, parang, you know, the whole like metal feel, you can already tell. So yeah, and of course the sponsors. Pero yeah, what's your take on it?
It's pretty well made actually. I was really, really surprised. And I really like, syempre, kilala mo naman si Ryu, very goated singer. And also yung But yeah, speaking of goated, ano yung mo? Kasi 'di ba, kakaundas break lang natin. So, ikaw, what were your plans during the undas break?
The undas, honestly, we celebrated, or I wouldn't say celebrated, pero we did our undas rituals, I guess, a week before para hindi I just noticed na parang during that time, a lot of people were like, actually advanced na din mag-isip, no? They also visited, of course, prayers
I also
for the
visited
dead
in
ng
advance.
time na yun. Ang early, like, usually you would go like days before para hindi ka makakasalubong ng like hectic traffic or plans by other
Yeah,
people
that's
during
true.
the first
Especially if especially if wala kang like private car or anything like that. Like commute ka lang.
We went there like 27 and like there's so many people.
That early, oh my god.
Yeah, that early. And basically the whole time during Undas, I literally just like took an off, just like, reset about everything, Life's hard, chat. Working 9 to 5 is hard. And regularly streaming life is very hard. Especially if you're Filipino. As Kira said earlier, life is hard. Debuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think any, I guess in Southeast Asia at least, baka meron. Pero I don't think in the West they do anything like this. Yung tipong pagsapit ng November 1, nagrarambulan na sa mga bus station, sa mga sakay ng FX, para lang makaluwas sila sa ano. And you know what? There's a bit of charm. There's a bit of charm in that, you have to admit. Kahit ayaw mo pa man mastok sa traffic or makipagsiksikan sa kahit anumang public transportation man yan. There's a bit of charm to it that you won't get anywhere else. But
I guess
yeah,
yeah.
yes, ano yun?
Yeah, I was supposed to say like the biggest charm with that is like I think Undas is the time you literally get like free food when you visit someone
Yeah, that's true.
who's respecting that.
Ayun din pala.
Yun ang masasabi ko, libre pagkain, free food. Pero yun,
Tama naman, libre
you
na
go.
naman yung pagkain.
Yeah, let's go with that. Chips, go ahead.
Yeah, I really didn't have any plans for the actual Undas break. Kasi, yun nga, I also did the thing where I visited it in advance. Kasi wala naman kaming like private car. We were actually just commuted all the way to, yung province. Tapos, bumisita kami ng sementeryo. Ikaw, bumisita ka ba ng sementeryo or ikaw yung binisita?
I would say, of course, the first one. Yung pangalawa, ewan ko kung may bumisita sa akin.
Meron nga
Like,
ba? Meron bang bumisita sa'yo?
Nakakatakot naman yun.
Meron nga ba? You should probably check behind you.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Uh-oh.
Are we talking about horror stories? During Undas?
Horror stories? Did somebody say horror stories?
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
But yes,
to talk about
that's
horror
right.
stories.
For this episode and this episode of KokoRadio only, we will be doing a new segment. And I don't know what segment it is. The spooky thing. There is. I sorry. I forgot. But yes, we will be reading horror stories submitted by you guys. I don't know. This is a real thing, okay? We haven't read through any of this. This has been like picked by somebody else. We haven't read through any of this in advance. So what you will be hearing is us reading through it and then, blind reaction. So,
Yep.
depende na lang sa inyo kung matatakot niyo ba kami or, we're just gonna read it and we're not gonna have any reaction at all because we're men. We are big, strong men.
Ako matatakot sa mga ganitong kwento.
Sus, imagine getting scared. Could it be me, chat? Could it be me?
Couldn't be me.
But
Couldn't be
yes,
either.
let's move to the first submission, which is... Wait, hold on. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. I actually don't know who submitted this because they're all anonymous, because they're all marshmallows. But yes. All right. I don't know what the context of this is. But yeah. Should I do my ASMR thing where I get really close to the mic and then I read this like
If you do
corpses,
that,
but
I'll
no,
do
I'm just
that too.
kidding. Should we?
Oh,
Oh my
whatever.
god. Okay. You know what? Fine. We are doing this. Okay. I remember your last stream. What do you mean I didn't get scared? I didn't get scared. Are you kidding me? And then that didn't happen. Anyways, there was one time I was on night duty in the hospital and I needed to go to the 7th floor from the ground floor around 2 a.m. There are 2 elevators we usually used exclusively for employees. Elevator 1 is what we usually used, but at the time, it's still going up to a higher floor. So I entered elevator 2. As soon as I entered, the atmosphere is heavy, as if the entire space is cramped. Then the elevator starts going up, and then suddenly stopped at 5th floor and opened, but no one goes in. Finally, it reached the 7th floor, and I got out and told the staff about it. Apparently, no one uses it at night, as there are times that you can see a kid enter with you at the elevator and go out at the 5th floor and disappear. And it is also the elevator that is used to carry cadavers from the other floor to the morgue at the ground floor.
Oh, sheesh. Oh
Okay.
my God.
Okay, kind of starting out strong, but you know what? I didn't get scared. Did you get scared? I didn't get scared.
It's a bit creepy, but honestly, these kinds of stories you probably like heard it before. It would have been really cool though if the kid that enters
I've seen this in the manual.
also happened. Yeah, I've seen this before. But honestly,
You know what I realized? This definitely happens kasi this definitely happens at my school, and I just always assume na may nag-press ng button sa elevator and then they just kind of gave up waiting and they just took the stairs instead. That's 100% like all the time, like what I just assume. Na naghagdan na lang sila, hindi na sila nagintay. Which is why I don't really think much of it whenever may nagbukas ng elevator tapos wala namang pumasok.
Yeah, it's
But yeah.
always elevators at night talaga yung mga ganito. Yeah, I can really tell.
I really think elevators are like the most excusable type of thing for ghosts to
ghost
come
stories,
about.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it can open, diba? It can open for a lot of different reasons. Hindi ka naman maka-witness ng nagbukas ng elevator and immediately think na, oh, it's a ghost. Oh, a ghost entered and it went out the other way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's literally the last thing you'll ever think naman din if it just opens like
exactly.
that. Yeah. All right. I guess that's the first story for us right now, and then I'll tell the second story. Of course, ASMR style. Gusto daw nila, so parang ganito. All right.
Oh my God.
The next story. Every day was uneventful. Go to work, eat, work, eat, then go home. After a stressful day, I just threw myself on my bed and fell asleep. But then I woke up and can't move my body. But I feel my senses have heightened. Sleep paralysis? We all feel scared and helpless when this happens. We feel that there might be something hiding in the darkness, looking at us. But this one was different. I felt a fear, so intense that it was suffocating. Terror! My instinct was screaming at me that there was something sinister outside the window. I wanted to run, but my body won't move. I wanted to scream, but no words came out of my mouth. I wanted to survive so much that I prayed so hard, hoping that what little faith I have will save me. I don't know if I fell asleep or fainted from sheer terror afterwards. It kept terrorizing me a few more times. It only went away after my brother's wife gave birth. I forgot to tell you that my brother and his pregnant wife was staying with us when all of these happened. Ayun no. So I guess for this one, this is like a very clear-cut case of experiencing like there's so many. I feel like I can also give my experience with like these kinds of things, which is sleep paralysis or anything similar.
I
na parang,
hate sleep paralysis. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I make sleep paralysis my pet. I'm just gonna say this,
Ano
pero
ba yan?
from all my experiences though, Chad, all my experiences with sleep paralysis, I think the worst ones were in parang you know how you watch something scary at night and then you know how you probably watch videos of like how this like sleep paralysis or like this REM sleep cycles work. Tapos parang pagka-search mo up ng ganun, just the same night may iisip mo yung ganun and like something just triggers in your mind na parang you have to wake up at this point because you imagine something scary and like something in front of you or something sa ceiling, kisame, or like anywhere like you're thinking that parang there's like this loud sound coming from another entity in the room that you definitely see but you cannot move, you're like paralyzed and stuff and like oh my god, how do I get away from this?
Oh my god.
You stay there for like 5 to 10 minutes and it just all goes away.
Yeah, you're just
after, and
there.
you're like,
Can't do anything about it.
Ganun yung feeling, no? So, you know what I did? You know how you're like paralyzed and stuff?
Yeah.
I actually tried one time. I powered through my sleep paralysis. Like, I tried like moving, but it actually feels super weird kasi parang may delay sa katawan. It feels like your spirit is like following up from your main body, like from where you are, and then like you just get out of it. Pero it feels off. Parang ang weird kasi parang you're forcing yourself out of something na parang you're not supposed to. And then you immediately think about like, you know how you have you watched like movies such as ano nga ba tawag dun? Insidious? Have you watched Insidious?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like, from what I read, like it's pretty much similar like how sleep paralysis was like meant to be like an astral projection of yourself kasi parang you see something out of your own body. And then parang you immediately think na parang shh, oh my god, is this how it really feels like? Tas parang is this really like a spirit na parang nandito? It's like sometimes it's eerie, sometimes it like nakakarindi sa tenga. It's like you're going like super deaf. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, pero ayun,
It's
that's
so
my
hard.
experience with that. Yeah.
It's so hard. I think for me kasi, the thing about sleep paralysis is not only can you not move, it hurts to move. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know like if there's anything like physical that explains it, but like it feels like not pleasant to move during sleep paralysis. And you're just there, and then I think meron ding mga tao na there's like they see like their sleep paralysis demons. Thankfully, I've never had anything like that, but nevertheless, it's very very unsettling to
Yeah,
experience
definitely.
sleep paralysis. I can't really explain it because like I think it's been a while actually since I've experienced like nightmares like bangungot or like sleep paralysis or anything like that because wala kasi ako tulog, okay? Hindi naman ako nakakatulog ng like 6 hours na magandang tulog. Which is, I guess it's a blessing in disguise now that I think about it. But, ayun nga. College is hard. So, wala na akong tulog talaga.
That
For
is the real
real.
nightmare.
Yes, that's a real, college is the real nightmare, guys.
College is the real nightmare. So ayun, I guess it's very comparable, the experience of like having sleep paralysis and you trying to move. It's like if it feels like you're chained. Tapos parang you're trying to get off of your chains pero parang it really doesn't let you, right? Tapos parang feeling mo yung your bones just like feel like it's not supposed to like, of course, like bend like that or whatever. But it's just a dream. It's not really. It's not. I wouldn't even say it's a dream.
It's
can't
half
say.
real.
Yeah, it's half real. Pero yun.
But
ayun.
yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Let's move
Probably gonna
on
have one
to...
later tonight after reading that.
I hope not. God. Oh my god. Okay. The next one. Okay. Hold on. I visited my cousin at their ancestral home one afternoon. We chatted for a while and decided to cook some pancit canton for merienda. While we were waiting for the water to boil, I could hear a faint crying sound. I decided to ignore it because it seems like my cousin was not hearing it. I went to the pot to put the pancit canton, but I noticed something on the handle. The burn marks looked like a baby's face staring at me. I quickly dumped the noodles and decided that it was just my imagination. After eating, we decided to play on his PlayStation. The sun was setting, and what little light we had was slowly diminishing. We were so engrossed with the game that neither of us bothered to turn on the lights. As the creeping darkness enveloped the display cabinets, one of the robot toys lit up as if it came alive. Mind you that all of his displayed toys had their batteries removed. We stopped playing and stared at the toy, then at each other. Maybe we shouldn't have not ignored it before.
Oh my god.
Uh,
It feels like this could have like a second part of like the story. Walang baterya?
You know what? This is exactly why I don't have any toys in my room. I don't have any moving toys, at least in my room. Because how? Wait, hold on. Wala siyang baterya, pero nag-light up siya. Tapos, huh? How? Huh? What?
Sabi nga daw wala nga daw baterya. Mind you nga daw eh. Kaya nga parang I was also like thinking, wait, how does that even work? And then they both look at each other like,
may mumu.
did it-
May mumu sa
May
kwarto.
mumu nga.
Ooh.
Multo ng tiyanak yan kasi baby pa yung baby pa yung tumingin. Oh my god. That is scary.
You might be onto something.
That is definitely something that will trigger to think you're not alone inside your
I
room.
can't. I
at
don't want.
night.
I don't want. I don't want any toys in my room anymore, dog.
I'm throwing everything out. No sentimental value. Wala na. You're all
Imagine this
going
toy.
out.
Imagine this toy that you've had since you were like a child. Tapos itatapon mo lang kasi may possibility na mapasas ng multo. Ay, yan ako.
Ganon ka-paranoid, no? Kung ako yun, sasunugin ko na lang yung buong bahay. Kasama. I'm leaving. Oh, hell
Ewan ko na lang
You-
kung gusto pang tumira ng multo after nun.
Yeah, you're probably seeing like movies na parang you can't tell kung ano ba, like para bang si Annabelle to, kung yung multo ba nasa middle o nasa bahay na o kaya naman sinusundan ka na. Sino ba susunodin
Sunugin
ko?
ng bahay.
Bahay o sarili ko? Ano na ba? Like, I'm doing this for the greater good. Pero yun.
Tapos bahay lang yan. Bahay is temporary.
Bahay lang talaga yan. Bahay lang talaga yan.
Bahay lang yan. My God. I hate it.
Yeah. This is like one of those like stories na parang pwede nga siya maging parang Annabelle, no? Na parang something possesses
that's
like the
exactly
things
why I don't understand how people keep like these dolls na kahit hindi sila gumagalaw, kahit nandun lang sila, titignan mo yung mukha nila and they're like really, really creepy. Like you just have this vibe just from looking at them. Like yun nga, si Annabelle, si Chucky, sino pa ba? Like literally
yeah, like
everyone
dolls
with a doll.
specifically,
I don't
right? Yung mga
understand
dolls
you.
na laruan, yeah.
Yeah, a doll specifically. I don't understand.
Hindi ko rin alam kung bakit nila kinikip yun eh. Pero it's only two things lang naman na nakikita ko. It's number one, sentimental value when you were a child. Probably wanted to keep. They probably stored it somewhere else. Tapos naka-display lang. Or number two, hoarder yung pamilya nyo. So ganun lang talaga. Ay, ako, hindi nagtatambak lahat ng gamit lagi sa ano.
Iwan pati pamilya.
Iwan pati pamilya.
Wala kayo dyan. Kaya sa inyo na lang yung doll nyo. God, I hate it so much.
Alright, I guess we are moving on to this should be what? The fourth story na, no?
Yeah, the fourth story.
Okay. Let me just get close to the mic and be comfy. Alright.
Yeah,
a few years ago, I went to my cousin's place for a relative's birthday. My cousin, who was about 8 back then, suggested we go to her house across the street. I agreed. And as we stood outside the gate, she suddenly stared into the distance, squeezed my hand, and said, "Stay near me." She took a deep breath, and we walked slowly, hand in hand. I started feeling strange, like my eyes were blurry. Maybe I was just tired. As we approached their gate, I tripped hard, as if over a piece of metal. But when I looked, there was nothing there. We hurried inside. Once we were in her room, she casually said, "There was someone standing outside." My heart sank. There hadn't been anyone on the street. When I asked her mom about it, she said, "Oh, an old man passed away behind our house months ago." That's when it hit me. Maybe it was him. My cousin had been playing and talking to herself a lot, which I assumed was normal. But now I wondered if her imaginary friend was more than just pretend. Ooh, ano yun?
Oh my God. Ooh. Okay.
Grab. Scary. Multo na talaga to pag ganito. Tapos ano pa, nasa street pa.
What do you mean scary?
At siya lang nakakita. At some points ba, Chip, would you rather like see something na parang ano, I mean, may kasama ka, di ba? Parang yung that situation. Like, would you rather like just see it for yourself as well instead of like you having that some person with you as a guide to know if there's danger afoot? Kasi parang, I don't know, it's hard, right? Like, yung perspective ng ano? Perspective ng, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? If I saw it, obviously I would be freaked out, right? Pero it's gonna pass eventually. So as long as they're not gonna like do anything to me, or they're not gonna harm me or anything like that, I think I would be okay with it for the most part. I think there would be some part of me still na tawag dito. It would, like, hindi naman mawawala doon yung takot, di ba? Kasi that's a ghost, man. That's not normal. Di ba? Hindi mawawala yung takot eh. Hindi mawawala yung pagka-freak out ko nun. Pero for the most part, if they're not gonna do anything to me, I'll just let them chill, you know?
Yeah.
So, ayun. That's just, either way, I'd rather just not experience like that. Experience something like that. I'd rather just not instead of, you know, makakita pa ako ng mga bagay na ayaw ko makita. You know what I mean?
For me, I feel like I'm a bit of more of like on the curious side of things. So kunwari pag may nakita ng ganyan, I wanna see it for myself too. Pero kasi di ba parang you've seen like things na parang, if you've seen things like this, parang it's either you're cursed o may sumpa na sa'yo. So parang, I don't know if I want to, pero at the same time, it's like, yeah, so I just wanna see it. Like, what's all the fuss about, no? So parang, so makita na multo.
I like how we're
like back in the day.
polar opposites.
Yeah.
No, kasi...
Yeah, that's why I asked. That's why I asked in the first place.
Yeah, because like, I don't know. People, okay, I will admit, right? It is kind of cool to be able to see something like that. Pero, can I just not? Parang ayoko. Parang
I guess for
can I
you.
pass? I'm gonna have to pass on this one, Chief. Because like, here's the thing. I think I'm not like, I'm not alone in this. There's no way on earth that I'm alone in this na ayoko makita ng mga bagay na hindi ko gusto makita. You know what I mean? Because like there is, even though they're chill, okay, sure, they're chill, they're whatever, they're not gonna like do anything towards me. But like I think it's better if I'm just oblivious or if I'm like ignorant, you know what I mean? So ayun. I would just rather not see the supernatural at all. What if the ghost is thick? Well, ayun lang. Ayun lang. That might
all
be
the more
that might change
reason
my
to
mind.
see it.
It depends how thick how thick is the ghost. It depends, okay?
Dummy thick are we talking? Gano ba?
Thick with 5 C's. Oh my god. Imagine having all that cake but you can't even touch it. Horrible.
I mean, if that ghost is just gonna sit on me and like be the cause of my death. Kaya parang bangungot lang, no? Di ba ganun yung bangungot?
Definitely one of the ways to go. Literal na bangungot na.
I would go for it. I'll take that. But
You
yeah.
would take the chance, bruh. Ain't no way. Oh god. Okay. Let's move on to our 5th one. I think this is the last one. Yep, this is the last one. I actually don't know. Actually, I just realized I think all of these are real, based on real experiences, question mark. But yeah, I'm just gonna assume they are. A few years ago. Ay wait, mali pala. Joke lang. Take 2.
Take two.
I visited Corregidor Island, Philippines, a place haunted by World War II history. With my childhood friends, I explored ruins and tunnels where soldiers once marched. I was deep into ghost stories back then, hoping to catch something paranormal. The tunnels felt heavy, like they held echoes of the past. I shone my flashlight around, searching for shadows, but found nothing. Even by the shore, the silence was almost unnatural. On our last night, I woke at 5 a.m. to the loud cry of a baby. It pierced through the stillness, sending chills down my spine. Too exhausted, I drifted back to sleep. When we got up, my friends were talking about the same eerie cry. My friend's mom asked the hotel staff, who said no babies were staying there. Oh. The realization made our skin crawl. During the tunnel tour, the guide had us turn off our flashlights to feel any lingering spirits. The silence was thick, almost suffocating, until someone in our group suddenly farted. Oh, bruh!
What? Oh my god, that would have
Ano
been.
ba yan? Tatanggal immersion
Ano
ka,
ba-
bruh! Ano ba yan? Ang ganda-ganda na ng kwento.
My goodness, ang ganda na eh.
No,
The
dog.
baby's cry. And then you just had to
Then
say
ako
someone
like,
in the group.
medyo, okay. That one, I'm gonna admit, that one kind of got me, okay?
Mhm.
That one kind of got me. But like, nakakainis yung ending.
Baka kasi
Wala
natakot
immersion
ka kasi kaya
Lods.
may pampakalma lang naman din sa very end.
Ano ba yan? Ano ba yan?
Binasa
You
ko,
know what?
the silence
Okay,
was thick. The silence was thick, but the fart was thicker.
The silence was thick,
Sanggala.
but the fart was thicker.
Ay.
You know what? I'm kind of glad they threw that in there. Oh my god. Wala, ano ba yan? Nabasag immersion ko din.
If we're gonna read like horror stories for like this entire segment, I guess there has to be some kind of laugh that we're gonna.
There
get
has to be
from
like
it
like
at least,
yeah, like a reliever of some sorts. I do have okay. Here's a question for you. Would you rather na baby yung multo na umiiyak or babaeng umiiyak na multo?
Oh my god, it lang. Honestly, for me, nung inisip ko na kagad yun, I think mas pipiliin ko babae na multo.
I see. Why?
Do you want? Oh my god, I'm gonna answer why.
Yeah. Yes, I need an explanation.
Of course, well, the very clear explanation on a what do you call the supernatural explanation kasi parang I feel like parang yung baby kasi parang it sounds so innocent until it's proven na parang, yun nga para sabi sa kwento kanina or like in the story na there was no baby in the in the place that they were staying, at least, like, so parang, oh my god, you think na
Right.
parang, oh my god, so there was nothing there. Like, it could be a baby, pero like once you like open the door or like reveal that it's probably some sort of like parang doppelganger, and like it's just started like, like going towards you like on all fours, 'cause it's just making that baby sound, right? Like
Yung
the
gumagapang na
possibilities
baby.
are
Oh
endless.
no.
I mean, it could happen to like a girl that was crying, pero kasi parang it's more, I think it's more parang welcoming for me, kasi pag yung baby inisip ko na kagad, I'm like, I've never seen one before, at least heard stories from it, pero I really hate, para sa akin, yung sa folklore. Filipino folklore,
Right,
Chanaks
right.
are probably my pinaka-hated na folklore,
Oh,
Filipino folklore
interesting.
monsters.
Yeah.
I really hate it. I think my favorite is Tikbalang though. Tikbalangs are cool.
Oh, we're the same. Oh my god, I love tikbalangs.
I love Tikbalangs, yeah. Yeah, yun.
But
Babies
yeah,
are
wait, just for the record, yung pinili mo is like you would rather have it kasi mas hindi nakakatakot or mas may fear factor.
Mas hindi kasi you were asking me if I were to be in the situation, right? Or was that even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
question? Yeah, like I
I
would
was about to
rather
say
like hear
like, gusto mo ng thrill.
gusto ko, ayoko na may thrill na gano'n. I wanna live, dude. If I was put in that situation and like I open the door and nothing's there, at least I know that it's probably my intrusive thoughts that someone else is crying, like a woman. But if
That's
it's
true,
like a
yeah.
baby, that is gonna send you like some really bad chills on your spine. It's like, where did that come from? It's scary because like that baby couldn't have been alone, at least, right? Parang
That's
ganun.
true,
Kaya,
yeah. You
that
want to know
is
what my
scary.
answer is?
What?
You want to know what my answer is? I think I would rather choose a baby. You want to know
Uh-huh.
why? It's because one of the reasons, there's two reasons, right? One of them is that despite how supernatural they might be, from a physical standpoint kasi, babies are like really easy to kick. Wait, joke. Okay, this was really bad.
I
But
see.
I hate children. I hate babies. I'm so bad with handling children and stuff like that. Every time na may family reunion kami, ang daming bata, ang daming tumatakbo na maliliit na bata. I just want to like, there's like, if we're in a private resort, I just want to like yeet them off a pool. I'm very vocal about this because everyone knows this in my community, that I would, without a shred of a doubt, or without any like second guessing myself, I would 100% yeet a child into a pool, no hesitation. So yeah, it's rare. It's really like it's almost trivially easy to deal with a baby, with a crying baby, much less a baby that's out to get you, to quote unquote get you. Yung sinasabi mong like all fours, I would kick him off, no problem. It's fine. I'd win 100%.
You'd win.
But yeah,
I guess it's hard for me.
the other reason kasi, the other
Ah.
reason then is like, I think it's more, ayun nga, I want to go off of like what you said about like a baby's cry being somewhat more innocent as opposed to like a girl, or like either like a little girl or a grown woman cry, because like from my experience kasi, I think I'm kind of used to like crying babies around me. Kasi ang dami eh. Kasi like, sa mall, sa church, sa bus, sa kahit saan man, kapag may magulang na may baby, na may sanggol, or kapag may maliit na bata, like toddler or something like that, chances are they're probably gonna cry. And I'm not gonna generalize, pero some mothers are not like, they're gonna try literally everything they can, and like their child is still gonna be crying nonstop. Like that's no longer the mother's fault. Okay, this is straight up like a skill issue on the child. But yeah, I would just be so desensitized from like a baby crying that I would just I don't know, I would just chalk it down to like, oh, it's another one of those nonstop crying babies. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would very much be more freaked out if it was like a girl crying. Pero
I see,
yeah,
I see.
ayun nga. I
True,
I hate
true.
children. You would
In
not
fact, kaya
catch me
siguro
with children,
nahihirapan din
dog.
because I actually love dealing with children.
So we are definitely two polar opposites. That's
Definitely
why.
a polar opposite. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, yun.
All right.
Sige.
I'm gonna
So, I
be
guess, uh
yeah, I'm gonna be I think if some of the people in chat who have probably watched my horror story stream will probably know what this is. But I've pulled up two more horror stories from Reddit. This is from r/ph horror stories. I don't know if you guys have heard this for anyone who doesn't know.
my first
But
time
yeah,
actually, pero seeing your
yeah,
stream
this
as
is
well,
in I actually found out about this like very recently actually, and there's a bunch here na they're not really that scary, but there's some here that are like holy crap, like oh my god, they can kikilabutan ka talaga. Pero not to set any expectations, but like in my opinion lang kasi, I think it got to a point in my stream where I was just reading and I had to close my window, I had to close my curtains, I had to close the door behind me, and I had to sleep with the lights on after the stream. So yeah. Needless to say, ayun nga. Needless to say, your boy isn't very manly. So ayun nga. I'm gonna be
it was auto
reading.
pala.
Ayun nga eh. It's like it's a hit or miss more or less with this subreddit.
You'll be reading
Anyways,
first or ako man na ba?
yeah, I'll be reading. I'll be reading.
Sige.
Laughing with us. I think for some people are familiar with this when I read it.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is in mixed English and Tagalog. So yeah. Pasensya na lang sa mga hindi nagtatagalog dyan. Anyways, I used to study in I used to be all girls private Catholic school in Malate during senior high school. Every year, if I'm not mistaken, the school holds a fair that showcased artworks and skills of the students. Nung grade 11 ako, the so-called art fair lasted for maybe 2 days, and the days leading up to the event itself consisted of us na students spending time to finish our art project sa hall ng school. The night before the event, my groupmates and I, 5 kami, were finishing our science project. We were cramming that time and tinry talaga namin magstay sa school para matapos yung project since kinabukasan na yung display. Come 9 p.m., natapos nga namin yung sculpture ng cell na ginagawa namin. Then, we decided to sit sa isa sa mga upuan sa tabi ng pool. We were sharing jokes and input about sa gawa namin when one of my groupmates shared a very funny joke. Napalakas yung tawa namin at matagal talaga kami nagtatawanan. But when we stopped laughing altogether, napansin naming may tumatawa pa rin around us na boses babae. Since magkakaharap nga kami, we know na hindi isa sa amin yon. Nagkakatinginan kami ng groupmates ko habang yung tawa ng babae ongoing pa din. Ang lapit ng sound, yung tipong parang sa table din namin siya nanggagaling. We knew na hindi na normal yung nangyayari kasi andun lang yung tumatawa tapos lahat naman kami na 5 nakatahimik at nagtitinginan na lamang. The laugh was very discernible and I doubt na other people yun sa school since kaming 5 lang ata yung natira doon sa area na yun. So ayun, nagdali-dali na lang kaming tumayo at naglakad papuntang main gate. Sobrang creepy tapos habang nagfa-fast walk kami para palabas ng school, yung isa kong groupmate nagsasabi na wala daw magsasalita about sa nangyari habang hindi pa kami nakakalabas ng school. Guys, huwag kayong magpapagabi sa school baka iba na kahalubilo mo. Ayan.
Ooh,
That's it.
Scary. Oh my God. So iba na to,
Dude,
hindi na to
when-
iyak eh. Tumatawa na yung kasama. Baka natawa
Tinatawanan
lang naman
nila
yung
wala,
multo.
no?
Natawa lang dan siguro yung multo. Nakikinig lang.
Oo, ang
Nandun lang
sama
siguro.
naman ng ugali nila,
Na-expose
diba?
tuloy na parang, oh my God, I'm here. I've
Ang
shown
funny
my
lang kasi ng
presence to
joke
these
nila.
people. Kaya
Yeah.
pala. Pero that would
When
be
I-
really creepy, honestly.
when I first read this, kinalabutan talaga ako legit nung una ko binasa to. Because like,
My God.
dude, imagine 5 lang kayo, tapos magkakatapat kayo, tapos, okay, this is what I want to say this actually. I want to bring this up. You want to know what the creepiest part of any like horror experience is? It's the fact na meron kang kasama na na-experience din nila yung kababalaghan na na-experience mo. You know what I mean? Like, halimbawa eto nga, yung na-experience nila na meron tumatawa na naririnig nila na hindi naman tao dun sa vicinity nila. That's creepy, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude, like,
that's how you know.
magkakasama kayo.
Yeah, that's how you know na you're not hallucinating that. Like, that's real. That's very, very real. That the other people around you are experiencing.
Experiencing
That's
it
what the
as well,
scariest
yeah.
part about this is.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, yun lang naman.
if only you get to like hear it, parang the thing is parang medyo magiging conflicted yan, and like people will just convince you like it's nothing, right? Na parang, I mean,
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, tas pagkatapos parang wala na nangyari, right? But the fact that na yun nga, as a group you experience, like you witness like somebody else laughing. It's like like ilan lang kayo sa Discord call siguro nagtatawa, nagkwekwentuhan, tapos biglang may ibang tatawa, tapos parang
Diba?
you just don't
Oh my
know this
God.
person, parang may random lang na sumama. It's like, what is this? That is definitely
hate it
creepy.
so much.
Tapos parang, oh my God, how did they not panic from that? Like after realizing that all of
I
them
know.
heard it,
Oh
tapos
my
parang
God. I
they
think
just,
they were
like,
probably just
calmly-
tired. Yeah.
Yeah, they calmly just walked out. I mean, it's probably they're tired because they have been like, working on that thing. They were at school.
It's probably
until,
better
like,
as
what,
well.
Yeah. Wala pa
Yeah.
ako na-experience sa ganun exactly. Pero yeah,
Ako
grabe,
rin, oh
that's
my
creepy.
God. I was about to say, because like, I think my schedule right now in college, I have like every Wednesday of the week hanggang 9 o'clock kasi ako sa school. And like, I am so glad na I have someone with me na sabay kaming pauwi. Because I don't know what I would have done if I experienced that alone. Yung tipong mag-isa ka sa school, tapos may tumatawa na kung sino man yan, tapos hindi mo naman sure kung tao ba talaga yun o hindi. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Mababaliw. Kahit mapagsabihan mo pa yun sa ibang tao, they're probably gonna say, hindi,
Oo,
wala lang yun.
sabihin yun na nga eh.
But you heard it!
Baka-
Iba talaga pag na-experience mo for your own, di ba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's so horrible. I hate that. I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Alright. And that is one of those. And I also have something that I'll also read that was also given to me by Chips from also PH Horror Stories. And the name of this one is called Doppelganger. I was just talking about this earlier about like how
I hate
doppelgangers are
doppelgangers.
really scary, honestly.
I hate doppelgangers. My number one fear.
Kasi nga, di ba nga daw, ang sabi nga daw nila, like the scary thing about doppelganger, if you see your doppelganger, you'll definitely just die. Like, ganun daw yung parang sinasabihan nila. Alright. Let me read.
Magsama sa bahay.
Sorry na. Magkakasama naman tayo dito. Magka mag-alala. I'm here. Pag nawala na lang ako, Chips, alam mo na nangyari.
No.
Joke lang. I'll be here. Alright. Let me just read. Okay. Nung elementary ako, sa public school ako nag-aaral. So nakaugalian na maglinis mo na ng harap ng classroom pag umaga. Walis ng tuyong dahon sa pasadahan ng walis yung buong room. Grade 4 ako noon. Yung advisor namin pag naglilinis kami sa umaga, parati siyang naglilid sa amin. Hindi mo siya makikita na nakaupo lang or mag-uutos lang. Kumikilos talaga siya. One time, na-late ako. Since marami na sa mga kaklase ko yung nagwawali sa labas, sabi ko, sa loob na lang ako tutulong. Nung araw na yun, nakita ko si sir sa loob na nakaupo lang siya sa teacher's table tapos mukha pang galit. So nagtaka ako kasi nga parati yun kumikilos. Pero iniisip ko baka na bad trip lang siya sa cleaners the day before or something kaya hindi ko na pinansin. So nung nasa may pinto na ako, nagsuot ako ng foot socks tapos may kaklase ako na nag-excuse so gumilid ako. Pagharap ko ulit, wala na si sir. Tapos pagpasok ko, tinanong ko sa mga klase ko kung asan si sir. Sabi nila, hindi pa raw dumadating. Sabi ko, nakita ko na siya sa table kanina. Tapos, ang sabi nga nila, wala pa si sir at nag-utos lang yung teacher ng kabilang room na mag-start na maglinis. After namin maglinis,
nung nakaupo na kaming lahat, open and close parenthesis, wala pa rin si sir and siya yung first subject din namin noon. Binisita ulit kami ng teacher ng kabilang room and sinabi daw di raw makakapasok si sir kasi may sakit. Ayun, takang-taka ako nung araw na yun kasi di pa ako makapaniwala. Nung medyo matanda na ako, dun ko lang na-realize na doppelganger yung nakita ko.
Oh my God! Sabi na nga ba, may mangyayari pag may doppelganger.
My God, I hate it so much. I'm so glad that I haven't experienced doppelgangers. That's like my number one fear. I think it's sabi nila is like when you see like a doppelganger of someone else, it means na it's either may nangyari na sa kanila or may mangyayari sa kanila. And that's scary. That's terrifying.
Yeah, based on the
I hate
story nga
that.
daw,
That's
parang
terrifying.
hindi na daw nakapasok yung teacher kasi nga daw nagkasakit na daw. What if yun nga yung dulot, no? My God, like, oh my God, like, exact, like, yung talagang, yung itsura talaga ng teacher niya, yung yung advisor nila nakita nila, tapos parang, damn, like, it could happen to anyone. Pero, ayun nga, parang, I've only heard, like, at least one more story about that sa may doppelganger, pero buti na lang parang nothing really, like, serious happened. Pero, if I do see my own
That's still
doppelganger,
creepy.
I probably would talk to everyone that I know and say that I have met that, and if ever may nangyari sa akin, eto na will ko, pamahanan nyo na po lahat ng mga aking ari-arian sa mga kapamilya ko o mga magiging kapamilya. Ayun. Tell them
What if hinalikan mo for doppelganger mo?
Wow! Halikan? You like kiss?
Oo.
Baka yun lang pala yung
Hindi
sagot
kiss
na
your
para
doppelganger.
hindi ka na maglaho. I don't know.
Malay mo, what if your doppelganger was a real homie? You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I would kiss myself. That's how much of a big narcissist you are.
You just kiss yourself.
Napaka-pogi mong nilalang. Let me just... Oh my God.
Oh, look at him fine. Ano mo, mami?
My goodness.
Oh my God.
You know, Chips
But-
is trying his best not to like get creeped out by this. He's trying to segue.
Yeah,
into,
because
like,
I hate doppelgangers, man.
Honestly, yes, sir.
alam mo, this is kind of related, but one of my number one real fears na parang like, it's kind of like horror story related, pero alam mo yung kapag naghihilamos ka sa gabi or like madaling araw,
Oh my
syempre
God.
kapag naghihilamos ka, i-rub mo yung
Yeah.
mukha mo, pipikit ka, magda-dive in ka sa lababo mo. Tapos usually, right, merong salamin sa harapan mo. So magda-dive in
Yeah.
ka, maghihilamos ka, i-rub mo yung mukha mo, blah blah blah, chuchu. And pagkadilat mo, nakangiti yung reflection mo. Like, oh my God,
It's
dude.
it's the, what they call this? It's like a cliche in horror movies sa parang, ewan ko na tawag dun, pero basta parang,
Yeah,
the
but I
cut
have
into like the next, the cut into the like the
Yeah.
next na magpapakita yung mukha mo, there's like something.
This is like a very
Oh,
like
grabe.
irrational fear that I have that I don't want that to happen, but for some reason, I know that it's like bull, right? But like for some reason, I just at some point convinced myself that it's 100% like actually like feasibly gonna happen. Tapos meron pang isa, yung kapag nagsha-shampoo ka sa CR, tapos syempre baka mahilam ka. So, you know, habang nagsha-shampoo ka, magpipikit ka ng mata. Tapos pag dilat mo, baka may nasa labas ng shower mo or something like that. Diba?
Yeah.
My number one fear, realistic fear.
Parang nakita ko na lahat yun parang sa isang movie. I think it's The Grudge, I think. So The Grudge.
Oh my God, The
nakita ko
Grudge
yun
is
may-
so old. It's just so old already. Oh my
It's
God.
so old and it's so scary, honestly. Up to this day.
Yeah.
Pero I guess,
I
one
think the
comment
next
ko lang
part
sa ganyan.
actually, yeah.
One comment ko lang sa ganyan is like, I guess parang the more you think about it kasi na parang ganun yung mangyayari, the more your brain will try to imagine that thing is gonna like show up. Kaya parang
That's
your,
true.
your
yeah.
brain is gonna try make you think talaga na parang may something. Kasi unless may nararamdaman ka before dun kasi your life is not a horror movie. It's not set to be a horror movie.
That's
Pero
true.
kung nakakaramdam ka na or may nagpaparamdam na sa'yo, I guess it's probably time to at least like, not try to do those things para talagang maisip mo yun. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but to be fair naman kasi, it's not like once you like even like barely start to think about it, may parang ano na yun eh, it's like a snowball effect, Parang one thing will lead to another, and then your thoughts are just gonna be in a downward spiral to the point na you just scare yourself, you just freak yourself out for no reason, and you just look like a fool trying to like imagine all of these like supernatural things na baka mangyari sa'yo na realistically, hindi naman din mangyayari. So
Yeah.
I guess in retrospect, it's probably just the human mind, the human psyche that will
Definitely.
lead you to be scared.
It's all
In
your
other words,
imagination.
ano lang yan, mindset lang yan, mindset.
Mindset lang talaga, mindset talaga. Ang tunay na goal
Oh
talaga,
my God.
magpapera. Wag isipin ang
Real! Oh my
katakutan
God.
mo. Wag isipin ang mga mga ganyan kasi
You
ang tunay
attract
na
what you
katakutan.
fear.
Tama.
You
Ah!
attract what you
Pero,
fear. So I'm
ayoko.
scared of money.
Ayoko dyan, ayoko na.
$10 million. No.
Ayoko na,
Kasiyahan, happiness. I'm so scared.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I really wish, you know what? I really wish we did this horror story bit in the morning where it's all sunshine, it's all rainbows. Actually, may typhoon ngayon, so baka umuulan pa rin kahit umaga. But yeah, that's besides the point. I just really wish may araw. I just really wish it was just sunny outside. And speaking of which, we will be playing our next song by Kyra, none other than the lovely, lovely Gia Kyra. It is Just a Sunny Day for You. It is a cover. So yeah, we will be seeing you in a little bit.
Right.
Sa gitna ng karagatan, aking nasilayan liwanag ng buwan, kung saan tayo ay nagkatagpo. Mga alaala natin ating babalikan. Yun na. Langit ay iyong pagmasdan. Ramdam mo na ba ang init ng tag-araw? Kulang man ang aking pera. Nasaan ako muna'y tumitiyag. Pagod na sa paglalaro.
we
Welcome
are
back to KokoRadio. Ano masasabi
Very,
mo
very nice
dun sa
song.
kanta, Gia Kyra? God, I love her voice so much. I think
I love her
she's
voice
one
too,
of like
man.
the goats actually. I don't know. I don't know. I may be biased, pero I'm such a huge fan, honestly.
First time hearing her, actually, her voice sounds really nice. And I don't
Yeah.
have too much biases naman pagdating sa ganyan. Pero whenever I hear that kind of voice, I just like would love to just chill with it, you know. Tapos parang, of course, it's like a really good segue from like what we're doing. Natanggal lahat ng aking katakutan nung narinig ko yung boses niya.
That's true. Yeah, like
Okay.
right after nung horror story, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, since we're nearing the end of our segment or our radio show, unfortunately, that is almost all that we have time for today. Unfortunately enough, I think we've yapped for like so long. I think it's been like 2 hours, 2 hours 30, something like
It
that.
has been more than
Do you have anything to, I don't know, do you have any plans, any future plans, any promotions?
Future plans. Well, promotions, yeah, I do. Pero like future plans, I would definitely love to work with KokoRadio, Project Kokonatsu in the
Yeah,
future.
let's
Of
go.
course, if given the opportunity, I would love to. It's
Let's
been
go.
chill and nice time with you guys, especially with you, Chips. Would love to co-host with you in the future.
Yeah,
Pero of
I'm
course,
honored.
parang yeah, I'm honored as well to have this opportunity. My very parang I would
Pero
say
Roch,
proudly. Sabi after Overwatch. like
After
like
neto.
after dito. I mean, I'm very what do you call this? I'm very proud to say that this is probably my very first podcasting gig to be in, especially in the VTuber space of PH VTubers, and it's really nice to have to do it with like a very cool people, such as the people in
Yeah,
Project
let's go.
Kokonatsu. And hindi naman sa parang nakilala ko lang din yung mga yung mga tao that I worked with. I also met like a lot of very cool VTubers, content creators, and of course the people who also worked on these very parang well edited like MVs. You guys put in a lot
Mirai
of
may
work
goat.
in this, and you guys, of course, you guys definitely deserve the recognition, and you guys should also check out their whole talent, of course, for Project Kokonatsu. So ayan. And I guess
Yes.
for self-promotion, if you guys are interested, I do not only do this kind of yapping, I also do a lot of gaming and also like a lot of in-betweens. Please do go check out my Twitch channel.
So noon na lang
I'm
gamer. Oh
self-promoting.
my god.
Natatakot ako mag-self-promote pa yan. KambyoKing.
It's fine, it's fine.
Gusto ko sanang walang S pero Twitch said I have someone, there's already someone who has the one KambyoKing na walang S, and I'm like, can I have
kaya
this
pala may
name?
king. Kaya pala may S yung kings.
May S. You guys are all
that's
my
such a
kings. You
grief.
guys
I mean,
are my goats.
that's really
Ayun talaga. And that's where I actively stream. I'll probably post a schedule. And for of course, for people who knows, sobrang delayed na because I did like a stream I didn't do a stream yesterday. I was like sobrang walang naging tugma sa nangyari sa birthday ko. My Converge did not cooperate with me. The ISP
each
like
internet
screwed
strikes
up.
again.
I wanted to do a birthday stream yesterday, but since that was probably supposed to be today as well, pero I knew I was gonna be busy with this. I had to prepare, and I said I was just gonna do it this week. So if you guys have the time, please do go check also my Twitter. I'll be posting my schedule there, probably the same lang. So at KambyoKings lang din. I will be, if anyone is interested, be doing a face cam stream and will be doing
Let's
a TikTok
go.
in Benten Boxers. Ayun lang po. Yun lang po sa akin. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for having me
Thank
here
you.
in this
We're so
radio.
honored to have you on
I'm
here.
really happy to get this opportunity, and thank you for everyone in the staff, especially to Mirai as well for reaching out to me for this one. But yeah, thank you. Over to you, Chip.
Yes, shout out to Mirai. Guys, alam nyo ba? I'm just gonna slip this in here. Guys, alam nyo ba? Mirai is so like hardworking and all that. I'm not just here to like egg him on. Pero Mirai is doing literally everything behind the scenes, and I don't think anyone has ever acknowledged that publicly. So I mean, he's muted, so he can't really do anything about me, saying things about it. But yeah, But wala, ayun lang naman. And I think he deserves more credit, not recognition. I think he hates recognition, but I think he deserves more credit for what he did, for what he does and is currently doing. Pero ayan, as for me, can I promote on my own, on the radio show of my own group? Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyways. I think everyone, it's just Twitch and Twitter, honestly. I do have two upcoming things. It is the 40-minute, actually it's not even 40 minutes, it's like 36 minutes. I am going to be releasing like a 36 or 37-minute clip where I read through the like the darkest I can't even speak, like the darkest confessions in the Philippines. So if you guys have heard, you guys probably have heard of it. It's like a stream for like 2 months, and I'm already like I've only gotten around to editing it right now. So it is a lot of work. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And another announcement that I want to make is I will probably be opening commissions this week. So for any VTuber that might be watching right now, you can head over to, I'm gonna post it here actually. You can head over to my VGen. And I don't know, go follow me there if you want. Wala namang sapilitan to. It's not really like, I'm not forcing you guys to. Pero if you guys are interested in VTuber logos or VTuber banners made by yours truly, you can head over to my VGen and you can check out my portfolio if you're interested, if it'll sway your mind into commissioning me. Yes. Also, I'm not the only one taking up commissions, Kasi meron din kaming Natsu Productions. That's right. If you are looking for affordable MVs, affordable arts, affordable mixing, affordable literally anything that you might want to grab your hands on in order to what do you call this? To curate, to make your own MV or to make literally any cover. If you just want to get started on making a cover, you could probably like head on over to the Natsu Productions Twitter. I don't have a link, pero ayan. They have a website as well. We have a website. Natsu Productions has a website where it's easy sailing from there. They will guide you through literally everything. They will make you feel comfortable, and they will only provide the best outputs that you will ever need. Ayun lang naman. Do you have any closing remarks, Cams?
Yeah, I guess additional lang. I don't want this to be forgotten from the script, but I guess also, guys, don't forget, if you wanna interact with people from Project Kokonatsu, I also frequently comment here, just saying my good mornings. Please go to the Kokonatsu fandom Discord server by Project Kokonatsu.
Go.
I guess that's also what we have to add. Also get the latest updates from them. Please go check them out. I'm not sure kung rinig ako dun sa may transition, but yeah, please go check them out. And closing remarks, that should be for me. My name again is KambyoKing, so you guys can call me Cams, Demon Goat VTuber from the Philippines. Signing out. Over to you, Chips.
My name is Chips Delay. You can call me Chips. I don't know why people still call me Chips Delay YouTube. It's a meme. It has to die. Please stop. But anyways, we have been the host of KokoRadio episode 2, and we will see you next month. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Paalam.
Paalam na po.
Nandito lang kami. Bye-bye. Mwah.
You're listening to 5572 KokoRadio. Walang kadramahan. Walang kaplastikan. Parang katuwaan lamang.
Sige, broski. Kwento mo yan eh.